enne ajuada ahine me bosome ne da etoso aduasa na charge ya obi de bo or say what me the whole of this month adena October ne de man kan twi say adibi kwa no say ma wadwin timisro ma me kan just say me kan de amount enti enne ahine me bosome ne da etoso aduasa Monday, October 30, 2023. Inti by wukwada na nature say bubu na hyase. Na ye hunu ye ho ano. Me man ti dwumade na ye de bremo na me man ti dwumade ye de bremo me a me di dwumade ho chia me ye frɛ me da kabrema mudu osioma. Na me mpanimfo a me ne ye guru de ebom production no say Marjorie Osai Ajman ene panyini Kojo Damiado womo enaso na nana kwe friye ana service emrante kwa no emienu na technical production so no abna frima abankro edini a so hunu se do besi abo no enye se abetimi anya subset ba ko be se du enti we hunu se do besi abo no ye hunu de wo kan de no ebi abna frima ebi frima abankro ebi Margaret Bankro, ebi Margaret Frema Bankro, ebi adan de ba sam kura na engineer ni ne fiefo omode atoyin. And in fact I'm referring to Abna Frema Abankro. Enti mafa. Ai enti ni nyina emu no na ya osafo so wo hwe ama eno so technical production no etimi akoso. Near pass that so Emfama engineering group for no. Na engineering group for no. Achu agbo. And a walker. Gotia kwa na jare. Na buaje. Ada sound kroma. Ono so yasanem rane say. Simpro. Na fei. Yadi asedaso ede ama facilities group. Almost so no big solo ena dada ena yaw Godfred dodo no friend Ubrana Sami ena Mapuna ena DJ Bosco na fe so meals ne yesane mrane say tai na ye hunu ba bia de fufuo ebekọ akobo na enen samo wa me man tijumade me a me di ho giman matika ma kire say ye frame ADAKABRI Mamudu chicha kakra ewo ho na fe nsoso no democrata nimu nsam no soso no itinsa no pa de ba ye no na yatimu ebiew ansa na yasan ahwe se interviews kakra so a ye de ebeka ho na fe mpanifo so beba betena se na yetimi adwendwene ye ho enti chicha kakra na ewo ho no no ai Valentino for damn the muye bi dem ha say eni abrokura we ya de kura na eti chicha kakra ewo ho no no na ma awie yin samoda ba maso exploits of national security and some no and no chicha no eba chicha no eba chicha no eba exploits of national security ehun sensem garu normal ekoso na ebi keka na se eyedan na mamen kan se de mensa ekan ni pictures a mensa ekan ye na ubuso ahun se ene time bomb bi na yete so ana se de enti abra I say pictures be na wa say se ohunu black Land Cruiser na etuo no a egumu no behwe etuo no say we hunu tuo da hwe etuo na egumu no so na Land Cruiser we na wo hwe etuo no a egumu no a etuo we na egumu no na busa ho say national security for say wo mo nam a etuo sa na mo de nam so it way any o say national security na say etuo we na egu car no na ye de kɔ aye baabi a hoye volata anadwo awmache na de na obi nkwadwene say eye bone so no there's a tuo we no say just ye tete no ma so pa o mpa ye pa na I was abna yebo ye tete no ma so pa na message no na mekenkan na me de akere wo say no ma ye tete so no it just said no ma tete so no yes etuo e de ente say na ache say na gukato na ye de ko eye volatile area bi na obi hunu ebe na community no enye agitated so no it say ye tip man we say mu no busa say sophisticated weapons we na eye national security e use ana eti eba ne say na say oto na say wo intel na ye ma hyew say atsema say ye te ho enie na abna nyina kokowie say ye security fuyi ya na saying na ye training wo mo so no and now also joint operation restores peace security in Garu and now one to one the bia na no nya sha ma ha say po and na asa to aso no so that true na make no any song it is that true we and na a good Land Cruiser mo a yetimi akosto Land Cruiser no you say your national security for a true way and no mu use Ghana ha say na me to me ni din this abna wan kasa wo kire me to ni din so no na wo di way e de ekọ volatile area and na wo mo to na groupings na wo ho no mo no we mu free anyi we mu ni we mu free say because of panyini we ya ono yes our tribe we ni panti no na akoba say ye basa it is a mo ko no mo no ye kenyina so national security ministry akbeka oh no mo ye critical say it ya cost to wo mo no mo introduce so mo ye national security for e de na ese gidie bi anya adwuma notwithstanding na fe no mo seek refuge e wo police na pe na hu se no ene yetimi de backup tia prosifo asojafo abam ena yetimi cleaning honomo apa statesman abeka ne say joint operation restores peace security in Garu mo me hwe no ma bi ye o mo se sa yes 6 districts no e wo ho sa 6 e ho nyu sa o so e ho enyu sa enura the same Land Cruiser bi e kekan yo na Land Cruiser no e de nani akere towards Accra nipa miensa ene wom say national security o the armed forces for na omu overtake trucks so sanso be mienu miensa etu omu overtake omo no ena wono ema coach a okono o shia no coach ni kosunyane efrinkre kosunyane o maduru kubase right ena o coach no light the omiem na ono no overtake trucks no abra ko betimi adi o machi boko ena coach no so etimi slow down wa gina ano na emo no okobie mu a wa hwa no wa tip over because a homre ejina ya kugina no ho no ma notwithstanding no say nipa ne miensa so mo ye national security fuo so mo ye soldier fuo anti o mo de na o matimi akodan wo mani tware kwam ama ye gina coach no aka che driver ne se sibra na driver na si no and no provocation punch driver no say obeku omo na we driver we dey na ni 3 yo and there were two senior armed force two senior army officers in the coach back to seat number 3 it will no see your confront to soldiers no as a national security for no and so na back say no to seat number 18 omnyina soldier from back ye major na back ye lieutenant W Kendall and no more cost to soldier for no afa said afa na mo patch o enti say wugina ho Because I no man so gugu mu kai mu ana wakogina na mu bule nkrofo ebi ni on say photo ni na da hase out say joint operation restores peace security na de yatimu say de nya hunahuna na wasem hunahuna citizens o say wo say omiem wa biem na em okobiem obetip over 34 passengers and ti coach no moso ya miensa na mote Land Cruiser and na wo de wo pe overtake trucks no who overtake trucks no ko wa biem na em okọ feda wa hwe ano ho mre no watipu over and wa gina ho no mo a wotimi ene na bonsa ho akwa dan wani asa be san ho akotware no SC a punchy driver or you're in charge of a coach with 34 Ghanaians on board. Say yes, I soldier for one penny for me no and a netty coach in the man. Takamabuni free. Now me bra penny no you kind. Say now your pen one Kandapa? Say your pen one Tafedia the no. Opianim nti say tuo ya na me de say a tuo we gu Land Cruiser num the national security type of a tuo ben and no kutakuta Ghana yes ramu bo e kwami dibi papa na nkanye sa enko ba be sia no ho ofe say eye abena papa bi mimi afia papa bi ejus ra kire made afia papa bi na watimi ama be man baby atena okam be man kwa gentleman abie epono car no pono the man say oh babe take a seat in here na watena ase a na central ho no be man no sika kakra da ho na wo ba watimi afa de ahye nufu ho ofa hye nufu ho a say wonim say be man no susu nua eba ene tika na chi ndondo no ohunu say oba fefei oba fefei so wiade afi be me tena ka mu anu so babe na waka hello actually my sister afi no oba be twanani akohunu say oba bi tika anum o twanani afi no okochi adana oba so tika ka chi e de disappointing nufu so do say de odi ahye nufu ho no yimu obi ehunu bi afi de baba we net wo say ehukuro e de no wo air condition bus no oba fe nya hu kira ko be wieska we de nya hu kira de dey oba fefe senya ho kire a enne chese eboa no wo fom enne nkrofo ho kire wo mo nkrofo ho kire wo mo na we nyina se yete sa ho kire we mu a eno so no persons out there under the guise of national security eso ebro nkrofo nti we chese de making se nanka soja fo mpanifo mienu enti coach no mu a nka obeka ama ho ana age wadie na wo se national security intimacy ma boro wo mkwa na yaba na statesman awatwere ni nyina ne se say tuo ya nam de kire wi egu Land Cruiser mu na ye de akọ such a volatile area ahomache anadwo na ya costume na mun sensem esanwa ye se ene ye free backup ena backup buy no eno no ne kese ya che mema de egu aye yom se no na say ya o na dia totu figures aye bubo no ya say ena ya be ma me oso op $500 million afi bia contract no no susu di muayaba de bia ka se be ma me $800 million ni abubo se ska we se din o ena maba we na sabiaku ene wo munya wo bia kra no obefo so kotu o mutam no amomo bi edube hu na shen o da ene uba kra o mutimi mfa die me dibe sie ni o me hwe ho yie abna yan hwe na national security for no yan kasa nkyere o mu yie why na soja for so munga na eda e friend say military police for benyamo eda military police for benyamo no na military police for no so enemo bedie enti statesman democrat or say joint operation restores peace security in Garu sema ehonie na the publisher or say Jinapo Defense Atlantic Lithium deal says it's the best for Ghana Abu Jinapo things and all can say lithium deal ebeba. They find that the Obokrata also Gamanye laid to rest in a solemn and culturally rich ceremony and ode ebaye. Not more assures relief for every affected home in flooding disaster. Attackers of national security officers arrested and then photo no and edahase. Daily Post and almost so edebaye. I say the Akonsombo dance pillage, the untold story of a CEO and his deputies' recklessness, carelessness, and incompetence that nearly led to the collapse of the dam. And also so no, what they abetuasia, what didn't for me and San Emmanuel and Chidakwa, Chief Executive Officer of VRA, stored more than necessary water in the dam and then ordered the spill gates to be opened. And now Ode Edward Eko Obin Kenzo, Deputy Chief Executive in Engineering and Operations, opened the spill gates and allowed unprecedented volumes of water through at reckless speed. And now Ode Kwaku Napo, Wahine Nana, Matthew Poku Prempe, was the Minister for Energy, has so far shown he cares less about the Konsombo Dam, the reckless pillage, and the devastating floods. And also what they ever told her. Was it military brutality in Garu? This doesn't look like counter-terrorism operation, rather an act to brutalize the people. Bona, Adam Bona, and Ode Abbey. Review mame, no mame chrim, and fancy na counter-terrorism. There, a dear true Ekuko community, such a volatile area, and I just had the immune to be glad. The Chronicle and Ode Abano. Na minim se we dwombedi akwa na betwero we dwombedi akon am kon ko hwe ni potro ya mpa abira da ho no dwombedi akwa na betwero story senior Command Rover mechia wa wi pa dwombedi akwa na betwero na dia na dwombedi akwa tro de Chronicle. Police probe suspected suicide in district commander's home. Abrantie there's Sabiaku Nempna any superintendent of police. Why district officer. And district officer is Branty Oni baby a Sabiaku or two by proceeding by itam. It is a quarters no one will go to the tam. And he said what bears work was Ranama de papa. A bear me cracoy as oh may call Macbaho. I fed the idea or said tea no back that toy. And now Obaba catch a proceeding by superintendent D. Ni driver ni so fast farmer nam kojima home kakra. Ani se wako wu ada dem hoyo. Be ma na wu. Wenye be bia nko wu na se superintendent of police dem. We na nya dwombedi akona betwe ha na betwe we. Senior Command Rover me chiapa. The new crusading guide and odi we buy. Oh manya and mo ye ni say yi. Pictures in the ho no. Garu attack. Security personnel seize arms. Now perpetrators vow to safeguard Ghana's peace. And now one day abbey. It was also the atuo. Yakwa jine ho. And the aba. Now humanity the air the papa. Humanity the air the memano. Baku mienu miensa enai enum ensia. Wonson. Watwe edipam kono. And now asoja fo mienu. Edi atuo. Esisi yakwan chia. Yade etiwonum ni nyina se yesi chese wo mo e na omo akwa attack eye national security for e na chese ama yafre backup e na eye uniform soldiers e na ADC adwuman wonko so 6 districts no that 6 districts no umye honto ye ho papa umye honto sa 6 districts. Daily Dispatch was a factually reliably factual. I chose Bawumia as my running mate because he's honest and clever. President Akufo-Addo was a Dr. Mama de Bawumia. Way, sentia mi yi no. Bawumia yo bi anokrenie. Wodi no kure. Na pe susu no. Chese wonimadia susu. Oya no kwafu. Na wonimadia pa President Akufo-Addo si di entia Dr. Mama de Bawumia. Oye, no. Now, November 4, MPP delegates must vote for a competent candidate. Matupoku Prempe, energy minister. Or say, November 4, no, mimi dead, nimu no. Obubu obusu mini dead tosu 9 no. Or say, ya na yenye diaben, na yenyi obia, obetimi aye adwuma no. Na your friend is saying, nye yebehwe ne suma owo mu na Matupoku Prempe ede baaye. Delegate akwankyerefo no. Omo a na di we beba. Omo se saying, MPP primaries. Baumia tipped to win 80% votes. O se miminida abatu a wo mo ekwakoto no. Enipa empem ahanu chiripo mia enipa hasa empem miensa na ka ho no 203,000 no. O se wo hamu nchichemu adua wotwe ena beto adiama Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ama obia hunu say the signal is strong. Ghanaians bid Gamanye farewell. And they na day o madru ai ana Ghana mampanyini akogina ho no mu a yakwa akire kra the car say yentoto ana Ghana Traditional Council for the buy no na osufo se obi otu osu bia de restrictions no nka ho na nunwafo so de buy se obi a otu nunwa bia de ososo won nka ho esrem ya mo makro ye entimenye enye kama papa. Blay and Associate wins 10th Garcia Award. Freddie Blay ne na adwuma efo na nei omotimi ayeden akwa win award. The Herald, the Democrat, and Odiwe Baye. Ose Ken, Japan wanted 500 million yearly contract to step down. Bawumia's team drops bombshell ahead of Saturday's MPP presidential primaries. Now, Odi photo me and son. Yana di kwame akompre kwa Japan, and ordinance sumuna no. And Frederick Opariansa, watuse. Ono so washa ni chichi no onwunwe. And Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic. Na the woman is saying, Sir, watuse, Fred Opariansa na ebe di kind. Na akwese obi ayaka jeze kwa bibi maka na di bumfu. Ai, wo bema wo hia mi asene central na me nkyere no me na me wo Cape Coast. Watuse. Na muamunim Fred Opariansa na bi free se wodwo. Eze watuse de ono so no operations pa ana watuse edete wa wo kan nsem nti esi ade wona ekọ asene ama wo kọ pam Kennedy kwame akompre ko Japan every dumping we but for mo tete na muti o oso be kodi kuro ba kọ pam de free ho no say watuse de wa kire nyan so no wo kọ Tim Ken ho Kennedy team ho say wo kọ pa adwuma aye. Now, of course, we compare Jumaye or campaign akobuano. And na proposal buy say what Tuesday as we budget $10,000 every month. Na ketriano no. Na yamano here 4x4. Me and my baby catch no. Radic. Enti opon bi oni kwa mu usu. As $10,000 de wo munya. Yam fama no. And na Kennedy momu tie mu kan so ko mo ma no 8,000, 7,000, 8,000. Yem penfo no chinchina yenyan entu anse watu se kasa mu no ose opon bio ene ka kire no no amokan din se ken na kan ose opon bio ene kan se Kennedy proposal say so am man 500,000 US dollars contract nyesika contract ya de man no dia e de we dey obesi form ene mumu so na ono Kennedy so Edi aba. Ono so say. Mungongo busa opon bio. Bi wa fo huna mani o. Mungongo busa opon bio. Na opon bio mo ofai. 800 million US dollars. Se min si form. And I say minya den min si form. enti asɛm a ɛda hɔ nom ɛno no sɛ ni nyinaa gyina pɔn bio so de gye so pɔn bio ɛna ɔbɛka de wɔ mu nyinaa na mabɛka akyerɛ mo enti mo mi nhwɛ no ɛnhyɛ no so na yɛhunu baabi a yɛde ɛbɛkɔ. Digitized warehouse technology proposed to Cocobot. Multi-million-dollar waste, smuggling, and naked thievery to end. Ɔsɛ ne deɛ cocoa bags a yɛde ba warehouse ahodoɔ ne nyinaa no yɛ digitize hɔ na yɛahwɛ na korɔ no nkurɔfoɔ ɛrebɔ no yɛtumi deɛ. Once again, the Ghanaian Observer, Garu attack, security personnel seize arms, nab perpetrators, and vow to safeguard Ghana's peace. Montronko, Yantronko is and also Yasadim for Nina Saba, Soja for me, and your friend is saying, Yajina, a Nipan Kronhona, Ayade, Yakwabro, and a Sada informer. And also national security warns criminals. And also Odiaba, and our day a tour, Makomi and San, Yaji. A true a good care, Mususu quiet and the young come be anti. Hey, oh, there be. Senor Jose Pamels Kennedy, a Japan, for calling farmers poor. Or say a year, Senor Jose Kennedy, Kwame, a compre Japan. And Ako was saying a year, a hinifor, a queer for, as a omunimansa. If you can't know, now you should not yet the abremo. A message in here say the guys claim to be national security operatives. Do national security officers carry such guns? And it is a photo nini and I'm making. And is that how dangerously we are living in this country? It's not just a tour supposedly na a good care more. Yade a echo honomono. A tour no a 9 and a nina I say. The yanshe na interview ba ku mienu bi eso emra metwam na yehunu ba bia yede efufuo eko na yede akọ kusunati enit 100.9 FM na yehunu ba bia yede ensem no nyina soso no ebeko akọ pie the interview no ana yede eto aso ede aba.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Special makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Wo den kan no ntumu ho. Me be mo anu nsu wo hye kura dia ka ho. Wo hwade a wapi ho. O ka sa batete e da fom ho.
This way chocolate drink.
Cratch up a baba worry.
Aso.
Ye fear said this way chocolate drink, yes, or no pan on yenum. Ye bishop free gymnum and snack. Ye nya ho no ye de serve womo. Ye did really a pebibia bob we had yasua. This way chocolate drink in yanum. And at this one, what's yanua? Has such a wom, cocoa wom, brick wom, bibia wom. I don't hear any so here.
This way chocolate drink.
You hear any so here.
FDA, I just said you didn't crack to more jet to say a ye.
Neat 100.9 FM so any on Facebook Live na yakinka messages kakra but yama interview back on any kind a story say national security operatives be ako dru a Upper East region Garu one of the 6 districts in the Boku area. Na yes, we counter national security for no. Na notwithstanding say national security for you crack introduce wo no community no anya den amfi wo mo. And say assign de eba ya afede de o ma call for backup. Abra na security for no ewo police station. Na backup no call ye. And so far we have a picture of 9 persons. Omo city on Naja ewo form a soldier for me no di omo chi a ye ka ho asem ma ye ni owura Emmanuel Kuting or executive director Africa Center for Counter Terrorism entwe enkomo kakra owura Kuting ya mo ha
Ina penye ADAKABRI mi juso meti ati fo nyina iwe
jo na ye ka counter terrorism ene de
well on say Basabi, or if you like, there has been a new phenomenon in the rise of the 21st century with regards to some changes within our security architecture. A phenomenon, to me, in definition, 40 to read. Different school of thought has come out with their definition. Addition on how to counter the acts of terrorism. Into the organization, African Center for Security and Counter Terrorism. We educate, we advocate, and we inform the general public about acts of terrorism and how to deter such activities.
Cheyenne, what do we know about supposed national security operatives? Omotimia enter Garu, one of the 6 districts in the Boko enclave. Na community we are led to believe are cost to Omo. Na when they sought refuge crowd or the local police station, community no still shut up their vehicle until a military team extricate them from the police station and reinforced men had to also accost the community. Yet me seize some a true na yet me a punish perpetrators na yet me arrest them. What is it all that we are talking about?
Yo, ADAKABRI, if we had a good, proper national security architecture and the times that we are living, step Uganda, our fledgling democracy under the 4th Republican Constitution, Nyamia Dumye, we've gone over 31 years. And also, Kabinami Kabi, Amambo Ediatu Yasuna, is about respect for the rights of every citizen in this country. Now, national security, it's not mechanical. National security, and they take the laws into their own hands. And more often than not, this operative goes unpunished. The sad thing is ADAKABRI, your security actor. All the allied security agencies are supposed to play a role in our national security architecture. But Ghana today, what do we have? Party boys and girls who are holding goaters at every corner, happy fufu eating national security operatives, and operatives are almost chasing your bar left and right. Under normal circumstances, when we talk about national security, and I have to find I'm on it, they require taxes, they require buses, they require cleaning. The essence is to gather intelligence so that the people at the realms of our national security can detect. That is the essence of national security, principally intelligence gathering. What did I mean? And when you say security is a shared responsibility. Shared responsibility is ADAKABRI. Yes, security operatives will often need rocket scientists to know that something is going on here or there. Because they might get that information from the citizenry. So if you don't give the citizens their due, what they deserve, how are you going to get that intelligence? I'm not part of the process. They even own some the process to some extent. Internet BBC for not where no more intelligence to act on. So more often than not, they are on top of their jobs. They are able to deter. We are talking about the instant case of Boku, and Boku is a special situation. We had a protracted conflict in Boku for some time now, and then national security operatives go there in a zone like that, and indigents are able to attack their vehicle to the extent that they went for cover at the police station, and the citizens still call for reinforcement to attack them. It means that there is nothing, there's everything wrong with our national security architecture. And what I see is mistrust. And when you have a security operation and the people for whom you are doing this reconnaissance or intelligence gathering for don't trust you, then it means that you are doing nothing. I thought you said ADAKABRI. For who does national security operations go for? Is it not the citizens of the state? So how can an operation like that be an attack on the very citizens they are supposed to be protected? It can be only one reason: political expediency. That's why I have called out national security every now and then that the caricature we are creating today, tomorrow is to come and be an albatross on our neck. Because if you look at how Boko Haram, the Wagner group, ASU and others were formed, they came out of formations of this nature. Why do I say that, ADAKABRI? The party boys, we have brought and trained them how to use this sophisticated weapon, how to use this technology in reconnaissance and intelligence gathering. ADAKABRI, Sabi, party ni power there, not another party, but not almost Kofia. These people, do you know what they are going to use with the talent and training you have given them? So this country, we are joking with our security. All we need is that one day an insurgent group will arise in this country against the state and we will all be helpless. And how would this insurgent group be able to rise up against the state? Through the infusion of political operatives in the name of national security. When their party is not in power, you have trained them. They know how to do reconnaissance, do intelligence, how to use this sophisticated weapons. And they say the devil finds hands work in an idle hand. ADAKABRI, what do you think will happen to this country? Having said that, let's look at Boku. What is the animal in Boku that since independence we have not been able to kill that animal in Boku? What is it at all? So me, there people say politics, pure politics, because we share the history of the protracted conflict in Boku. If it's not politics, but now this conflict will have been resolved. And the earlier we stop playing with human life for our political gain, the better for us. And in the instant case of this government, the NPP, after that, it would have been the interest of the NPP to get a political solution in Boku, just like they had a political solution in Dabam. Because the forerunner to lead the NPP to election 2024, the vice president, is from Mampurugu. And the conflict between Mampurugu and what? The Kusasis. So this even gives us the leverage to see how you can use your political authority and influence to get your people in line. So that whatever the problem is, we'll talk. Sebi, there had never been any conflict in this world that has been won by the mighty hands of weapons. It has never happened. Even the U.S. with its technology, with its weaponry, they couldn't get military solution in Iraq. In Afghanistan, they ran away in broad daylight. So it is about time we create a platform to sit down and talk. And if you look at Boku, ADAKABRI, the Mampurugu and the Kusas have intermarried. So we are just killing our own selves, our own blood. a security installation has been attacked, the best approach the government should have taken is not to organize military men and women to go and attack innocent citizens. You have to come back, do your analysis, see where the operation went wrong, and put intelligence on the ground to see how you can arrest the situation. If indeed the information and the intelligence the national security had was that there were sophisticated weapons in the hands of civilians in the eastern case of the district we are talking about. But to just go around and be brutalizing anything inside and wounding people, we are not in the banana republic, for Christ's sake. We are in a constitutional rule where rights of everybody ought to be respected. You can only be found guilty of an offense when you are paraded before a competent court. A competent court. So what we are doing at the ADAKABRI, essentially, we are making mockery of our democracy, and we are escalating the situation in Boku.
Na wohwɛ pictures ya splash across your newspapers. Same picture with 9 persons sitting astride on the floor with 2 soldiers pointing guns at them and describing them as criminals, perpetrators, attackers on the national security who have been arrested and arms seized from them, and showing 3 rifles as 3 guns. What are the implications for us?
Look, we are just making mockery of ourselves. And the danger is even that in the international community, the respect we have as a peaceful country, as a beacon of democracy to Africa and the the latest peace index by Ghana because of silly activities like this by our so-called national operatives. And in this bad name every year. We are in this country, people plant evidence to just put 2 or 3 raffles before these innocent citizens that they were the people who attacked a security installation. It's laughable. So because of these 3 weapons, that's why we wasted taxpayers' money with the mighty force we took to Garu Timpani. Are we serious as a country? We should be looking at how we can escalate the situation. At least we brought this issue before His Eminence Otunfo. I've not heard anything from that. And I was talking about the economic security we face as a country. At ADAKABRI some time ago, the Barclays Bank in Boku, that small bank had the largest deposit in this country. So it means that we were getting revenues from other Sahelian countries who wanted to trade with us because they come and deposit the money at that bank and travel inland to the country and transact whatever business we were going to do. We had other business opportunities. All are gone. Boku is a shadow of itself. So how long are we going to use kinetic energy and wasting taxpayers' money in Boku? Mayanya analysis view. I'm throwing a challenge to our bank. Say, Omumbra, never capture the good people of this country. The amount of resources they have pumped into Boku since this conflict erupted. And we just suppose that if they wanted to take this initiative by way of economic empowerment, bringing development to the people, which one would have been beneficial? So I think that the conflict profiteers at it, because the more Boku continue to be in trouble, that's how some people continue to make profit or money out of it. Now, at ADAKABRI, I coined a new term, and the new term is failure profiteering, where people in power intentionally make sure that they keep the system broken, the system dysfunctional, so that they can continue to perpetrate the kind of ills they continue to do on us, and they benefit on the other side. And if you look at the various sector of the economy, It is the case. Go to our health service. It's the same thing. Go to the civil service. It's the same thing. If you come to the security, it's the same thing. So why are we not taking a step back and using other alternatives after several attempts of kinetic security operations? It didn't bring us results. Look at the bomb. With all the operations they did in the bomb for 13 good years, and the amount of resources they stand in the bomb in the name of operation so and so and so and so. At the end of the day, what happened? The people came together to sit down, to disagree, to agree. And now we have peace in the bomb. Why can't we do that in Baku? Why? That is my
young show, Mr. Kutin, say such a volatile area, and intelligence would lead us to believe, say, national security operatives, arrived in the zone past midnight with such guns in their car. How were they expecting the community to react?
That is the trust we are talking about. ADAKABRI, we are in this country. When security operatives are involved in armed robbery, we are in this country where security operatives supply weapons to armed criminal gangs to undertake operations. And you think that in the middle of the night, you are caught a Land Cruiser with weapons, and they'll tell you that they are national security operatives, and that is it. And look, to quote the words of the defense minister, he admitted this morning, I think he spoke to George, that there was some miscommunication somewhere in their operations. And indeed, those boys were national security operatives. Why would the good citizens of Tiffany be responsible for the inefficiencies of the operations of the so-called national security? How long are we going to stop these things? Anytime a security or an installation is attacked, then we man up and go and brutalize innocent citizens. The role of the military in a democracy needs to be redefined, and they can't continue to do this and get away with
we are led to believe that the military were called in, and they, and we use the word, extracted a national security team from the police station. When they say they were extracted from the police station, by what means and what does it mean?
When you say you are extracting somebody, it means that you are saving them from danger. So extracting them at what cost? By the brutalization of innocent citizens inside? Is that how institutions are built at ADAKABRI? So they should give us a break. Me, I'm calling on Parliament. The same thing happened in Nigeria. There was a parliamentary inquiry. I think the good people of Timpani equally deserve a parliamentary inquiry into this.
In this instance, we are talking about Garu. There's difference between Garu and Timpani.
It's the same district.
But at least Garu and Timpani, they have two separate constituencies, and they are part of the 6 districts in the Boku enclave.
Garu and Timpani are one district, ADAKABRI, but different constituencies. So I'm talking in the larger interest of the district, not the constituency.
Okay.
So I think Parliament must set up a committee to investigate this thing so that these operatives, we should make sure that we don't make some of these investigations or inquiries gathered dust on our table. We should begin to set people as examples and bring professionalism into the whole architecture of the national security.
Do we know the critical counter-terrorism operation the national security were engaging?
Well, like my organization, as we say, more often than not, those covert operations are done undercover. I don't know what intelligence they had, and they were reacting to those intelligence. But these are the issues. Baku, as it is, will always be the Waterloo to our fight against terrorism. And I've always said it. The issue is not going to a conflict zone to do counter-terrorism reconnaissance. The issue is addressed might even rise to what you are going to encounter. Otherwise, it's that like you have headache and you feel that because it's headache, you go and take paracetamol. That is so simplicity. For all you know, you have malaria or other parts of your body could bring the headache. You need to go to hospital and the proper diagnostics to be done. That is what our national security is failing to do. The kinetic approaches
and
over the period has not helped, and we must do away with kinetic approaches to some of these interventions.
Finally, before you go, even when the operatives were at the police station, and yet then pictures are taken of the operatives. A video is also recorded whilst they were at the police station, showing their faces, showing the police station, the counter, and then it filters out. What's the nature of Yajumanua? Such a serious situation of this sort? Yet me obtaining pictures of the national security operatives.
ADAKABRI, what I know is that when you are under attack, the first thing you do is how you can save yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It could be two things. Whether it was stage 1 or 2, the operatives had this cameras fitted on their body, and they were able to take some of these things. But in Ghana, anything is possible. Because to me, if it was a random attack, I don't see how these organic videos and pictures could come out. So our national security operations, they should remove politics out of it and come clean with some of these things. Because we create this problem, and tomorrow when it is repeated to us with the same dose, then we are not able to talk about it. And the most important thing is the life and properties of citizens. So to me, what happens is a bad image reflecting our national security architecture. And I dare say that our campaign against terrorism or see something, say something, it is never going to work if this is the level of engagement we want to go with our citizens. It's not going to help us.
Now, what should say? Pictures here, can now with a picture of the Land Cruiser on the thighs, and then the ammunitions in a saloon car, and then there's a picture of the Land Cruiser at the front with the security plate on it. It's a 2022 registered plate, and then there's a photo of one guy here. There's a photo of another guy here, and there's a photo of the third guy here, and then there's a photo whilst behind the counter at the police station. And ubusa who say we nyina no obi a oni Ghana ha say, and then we are linked to a foreign university and send this out to way by here to Ghana ha say now we drew omo ho no mo de ba na omo di suasua security and intelligence on Ghana as we are divine.
In fact, instead I may say ADAKABRI, we are not sitting well. Our operatives are not professional, and it's because of political expediency they are making. Under normal circumstances, if these covert operations would take place, we have district, divisional, and regional commanders. Let me tell you, were they aware of their presence? When they came under attack, they were running to the police station. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Why were they running to the police station? If you felt that you were an island on your own and you could do anything on your own without the standard operating procedure, when you came under attack, why did you run to the station? So if these district, divisional, regional commanders were aware of their presence, I know strategies would have been put in place, given the volatile nature of the place, to save them in case of any reprisal attack. Having said that, on the video and pictures who come with them and the possibility of this going in international arena, a university student can use this to study about our security architecture. ADAKABRI, when have we ever gotten security right in this country? Not even a single time. So we have to look at reform. And our security architecture as a whole needs serious security reform. Until we do some of these things, the party boys will parade them as national security operatives. Me and you are even better than them in terms of security recognizance when it comes to intelligence. And that is the bane of Ghana's problem. Politics.
Right.
We politicize everything. And to the extent that Assembly, and just to end, a functioning democracy, a former U.S. President, Donald Trump, ADAKABRI, you're a lawyer. How many times has he been charged of a crime? Can you think about that in this country? That is what we talk about, institutions working. Chroma, which institution is independent of the appointing authority? So we have to look at our 1992 Constitution
Okay.
and get the reform once and for all, because Opia or Pepper or opposition there, or see me by the Akunja and very reform the 1992 Constitution. Do or no the enjoyment around the creation of the 1992 Constitution and then the race.
Miempensia. All right, Manuel Kitchen, Executive Director, Africa Center for Counter-Terrorism. Yeah, that was a pa. Right, inti aye Emmanuel Kutin and yenna di enkomo. Ni nyina yesa once again Ghana and yedini akwaduru is a university for womo actual security and intelligence in the various universities in the United Kingdom. Omo nya bi achese na yede chira de yede lecture. Incidentally, the Ghanaian Minister for Agri has enrolled in that course, security and intelligence our UK. Just okoye another PhD. Na Ghana de lecture woman and then de lecture woman. Adam Bona chief executive officer, security warehouse. Yani ono so entry and come ekakra. Ever the same you. Kusineti neat 100.9 FM. Adam Bona, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Father ADAKABRI.
Bona, what to say? The spectacle of security operatives ostensibly undertaking a critical operation to cut something off and then enters Garu at around 2 a.m. and they are accosted by the people in the Garu area, not knowing what exactly they were going to do. They thought it was in relation to a chieftaincy issue or mobile support to a particular person to be installed. And they sought refuge at the local police station, and still we are led to believe community still shooting at the vehicle, intending to kill them. We are led to believe. Then eventually the army were called in as reinforcement and they extracted the national security personnel. What do you make of this?
They are made to me and they say, call the fire by and they say, Muhano, Pesse at the Mrano, a bay juma. So my Mufuano, do one and Pessom de Mrani bay juma. Or more, as some of them Mrani juma, or more, in terms of, who work with the government, as some day, Mrani jumano, or Monso do one and Pessom de Mrani bay juma. And so, the year can't call a beggar is because instead of using your kindness and the rule of law to your kindness and govern this country, you be use umra, ye dear Bumaino, ye use a betty, nipa betty, and your kindness instead your size, instead your horn day, at yes, also chairman, that's all when you're being chairman. Now, and no any embrano. But me say that is what the rule of law in any country is supposed to be. There is something, you cannot be a judge in your own you can't say case. Oh, be out. What's your way? Law, say this is just something that you shouldn't do. And so say you know, say the national security for Kano say they had to go and extract some officers out of free national security at one of the police stations in the area. Now, more powerful extract your money. What do you do? More the MANSO perform. You pick intelligence. You gather intelligence. Now, more try so be this anya brasa. Now, more the Marano aye. You want to show money na. Muya na monya evidence no. Na more do more akoko. Na court a choma so. Na say ya you na ye wo Ghana ha. And I'm invading UTV studio. I'm invading UTV studio on a program, live program. You know, I'm invading. And to young fans, so I'm invading UTV studio. No, not study. The security personnel at UTV. So I'm on TRC. No, I invading studio. You know, I'm actually and granted. Me study. And memory of invading studio. Is that what we are calling for? But what happened at UTV studio? Let me use that as an example or as an illustration. Police if what to be later. And you court prosecuted them according to the law, and they were fine. That is law. And fine. And that is the law. But the Kobani said, a memoir of force of Huyading, and on Baby Raho. Now, UTV security for me, UTV for so first, so you're Huyading, near Chomo second, and Yabubo Butu. What are we teaching Ghanaians? Obian and near CPR, Ohu 1979 coup, Ohu said the own 4D, any the takeover, the excesses in 1979, the catcher said, Ohu pictures, no any videos coming out of there, and your Garu, Buri. The distance from Garu to Bugri is a distance. Even the first instance, the first case that took place with the national security officials, it took place in Garu. So now Bugri and also then almost I. But the funny say you want to justify your going there. Don't almost I. So my point is that you went there, did what you have to do. Now, you may be saying, now, they say, so now I'm saying, to see a Yera Kandapa, or no Minister of Defense, Anna. So, and you are no Minister of Defense. What is his locus? The locus is saying, or no natural statement with regards to deployment of the military. And then your armed forces, Nankasa.
But at least, so share statement from the national security. When the officers or the operatives from the national security came under attack and their lives were eminently and presently in danger at the time.
But who deployed the military to Garu?
But then the statement covers it. The statement said that they then called in the military. So there must have been collaboration.
That is the first instance. So what I'm saying is that is the first instance when the issue happened there and there. That and Adjona national security for no man that or Bukem according to sources. And no air costume. Eventually, when they were taken to the police station, there was some confrontation. The military came in as reinforcement to take the national security officers away. Okay, the American is the offer, and now the dawn, the 2 a.m. race in Garu and the kind of say Bugri. One of the sanctions that operation. For me, national security storm the sanction. So my question may be something say, is the national security minister now the minister of defense?
But I said they could collaborate.
Minister of defense, and we have a minister of defense, and the minister of defense when Yakano Mremwa Obia or Temrase Kakra in terms of policy is the minister of defense who takes absolute responsibility when it comes to issues to do with policy with regards to the military in this country.
But at least we are led to believe the Minister for Defense has spoken, and he did not refuse to admit to say on new soldier for no and your money deploy soldiers no.
No, what, bro? I don't want to say everything, but what I'm saying is that this deployment was done at the blind side of everybody.
But that's quite dangerous.
That is what I'm telling you, that this deployment was enunti and the issue statement, bro. My brother, the deployment that took place in Ashaman, Omuye deployment, one anum the true statement, yeah, armed forces Nankasa.
Yes.
One true statement. If we took them on and we called for some certain things to be done, one true statement. And your national security in a true statement no more. We have them national security. So you, my brother, you are a lawyer. You know that even the national security doesn't have their arresting powers have been taken away from them.
But at least there is this National Security Council, and the National Security Council could call in the army.
Oh, the National Security Council cannot call in the army. The National Security Council can only call in the army by law when the president chairs that meeting, because the president is the National Security Council chairman. Nobody chairs that meeting apart from the president
and also the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Or the commander-in-chief. My brother, who are a lawyer? Who name the American?
I'm just a dear partner, a seer.
The law is clear. Who name? Yamra no, bro. My big brother. Yamra no. And you see Yamra no. We have one of the best when it comes to some of these things. But unfortunately, Obia, can you imagine? Say, me makwa kodi boni. Na waba mi fi. Waba efi you can say ebushia efi aye na the team ne me papa ne me anu no bia. Na oba ye no moba ye no. Na moba mi ni ho na mo aba bro me bushia for because mo aba bro mu na mo. I mean, what kind of banana republic activities are these? And my point is that this is happening under a human rights activist president. the president's track record. I mean, anybody who has done a bit of law, you will read cases that he was involved in, how he defended people whose rights were being violated. So for him to be president today, as a human rights activist, who has been a lawyer, an astute lawyer, and today, under him, in 21st century Ghana, 2023, and people move into communities, adjoining communities, and beat everybody to pulp. And we have the national security come up with a statement and say, we went there to retrieve firearms because we are not going to look on for security officials to be beaten. Offer. You are a lawyer. There is a certain saying in law that it is better to free 1,000 suspected criminals than to imprison one innocent person. And so my point is that in terms of what I'm saying, you don't do that. We have a way of gathering intelligence. You see, I'm almost saying, when you see something, say something. And these people saw these national security operatives, and they didn't know who they were. They accosted them. So if you think they took the laws into their own hands, bro, use the same law to defend them.
Now, when true no supposedly na national security operatives na ekuta omonana.
Oh, bro, when it was unfolding, some of us, once you are within the industry, when it was unfolding that night, they sent me images. So I even listened to some of the things that were happening that night.
Na busa say true no na ekuta wo mo no. No kind of a true national security for a use ana.
Offer is the reason why I'm asking. When you cast national security as study, what is national security? Because the national security, that's what we put semi-automatic rifles, okay, fully loaded with magazines, with sidearms. That's all. national security operatives. Only also say, baby, another guy see a way, a whole border area. There is issues there. When you say terrorists, now they are there could invade the place. More slogan say, Bibi can be. And you say, Bibi say, Akoswa, offer them away. You investigate it. So, being an annual year, that's what the trainers on, no trainers on. But if you have to give people training for their more, there's some but to go there and beat them, supposedly, is to tell them that, you know what, we have the power. We can come and beat you. And nothing would happen.
Nah,
the funny thing, are you aware that the vice president is going into the area between today and tomorrow also?
Oh.
You see, so for me, I will tell you, you see, it's not everything I want to say. The vice president is going into the area between today and tomorrow. They are there. So my point is that I want to know, there are two things that have been answered. Is it that someone did that to embarrass the vice president? That's one. Because first of all, the vice president is from the northern territory of this country. Secondly, the vice president is likely to win the MPP
flag bearership.
Probably the first northerner from, to have done that since 1992. There are two things. Either somebody is doing that to shame him or embarrass him, or two, somebody is doing that to pave the way for him to have a grand, entry into the area or the upper east area. There are two things. Either somebody did that intentionally to disgrace him, shame him, and let him feel that, oh, you see, let the people know that this man doesn't like you people, or because it does not make one bit of sense. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It simply does not make one bit of sense for this thing to happen. And you send military officers there. You did not ask the police to do investigation. You didn't arrest those who you suspected to have shot into the Land Cruiser. You have not arrested those who accosted the military officers, the suspected national security officers. Then you send a military detachment into the area. We are now our central statement to justify why you did that. And you think we should take it? You think we should take it, or on a face value? Oh, it is okay. But allow me to beat. There are laws in this country.
It is as someone walking. Na secret north one kwan na no because bi na yen tias ye dia because as someone walk can say upper east wo what they call the 6th district na the Boku enclave on say echinyije wo ho groupings Mamprusi for free say they've been in charge until 1956 Kwame Nkrumah therefore ono ede kusase hene ede BBC so going forward no kusase for free so omo akomanim omo maintaining position it is here Mamprusi for na akwa minority in that area ya create a new district a new region ede ama Mamprusi for in the region of northeast wa hene kese eti ho no mo ototo no normal eninti ye makwan nse kwa wie se ohene kese kura si akonwa ewo boko no omo court ewo boga ekoko ye se yenkonko chile wo hene kese ne yenchile be ma no de si so no ho embarrassment no mokoko ye recession na ma se krata sin yenko chile wo hene no itimi eba fom wen mu nyina na akwa ye ohaw de aman recent time wo hene kese wo no office Mamprugu traditional area overlord na yiri wama asasi kakraka se mosifo nkonko tena so na omontena ho permanently na mosifo ensi akonwa ho na mosifo no si akonwa wahini bia wakwa wo pomu no bia no fo wonsem nyina to mosi hine nanim eno no de abantimi hwe na me say na we aba ne say ya wama mosifo ba bia o se permanently dachi ede bia na besan aba if indeed no krese kusasifo beto mosifo beto Mamprusi for our present day Boku area where this a basis I know way nyina e wo ha ubusa ho say e die nti na under the auspices ye be ka say a critical operation on counter terrorism ebe ko ho na inflame way notwithstanding as a vice president no koduru ha e die na be sie.
Well, exactly, because then you ask yourself, Buffer, common sense, so a simple common sense, simple common sense. I said, Israel and Palestine and Tokoi, Israel and Palestine Tokoi. Now you stray into the area loaded with firearms and whatever. Now Palestine for no, and Hamas for them, and I say Israelis now. What do you expect? It doesn't matter if you kind of say you work with the UN. Once you work with the UN and you are in an unmarked vehicle, because the guys were in an unmarked vehicle, car no butimono, you ensure national security, you ensure military. Are we saying say usually the military for no more bokono any garuni dia kekahono. So most come na so mo ya patrols offer. What to say citizens no to bomb one.
Yeah, because in this instance, car no de no. A black Land Cruiser, and ekuta a private number plate JS something 22.
Exactly, offer. And it's a core area at it. Now when them say it doesn't matter whatever operations you are going to conduct, you should know that you could be mistaken to be an enemy. You should not be. This is you should know that. Come on, common sense. Better say, baby, you could be mistaken to be an enemy. You can be killed because where you are is so volatile. It can move from 0 to 100. So you went into the place, and the issues there was de-escalation. You now send military officers fully kitted with armor tanks to go there and beat people like we saw in 1979. And
recently, Ashama ABC.
And then you ask yourself that, Penye Adia Obi Abo Pobise Oye. Now, Oye, because for no one named your person warrior. Why would you want to do that at a time where they're going there to set the place on fire so that the vice president it makes the place very uncomfortable for him, because at the moment, tell me how the vice president will be going into this area. Tell me how the vice president will go to Garu, will go to Boku, will go to Bukri, will go to Timpani, will go to all these areas. Tell me how he's going to go there.
And a Pussiga crowd.
Pussiga, you tell me. Pussiga, even the chief there is my friend. Tell me how you can say vice president of the entire area. My point is that Bibia, a popia, obia, because media can say, a man for can say, a mebno asuyedin. No, and you say a man for asuyedin. Obia suyedin, you use sumra and you addiction as well. You use a holding any kakashi. Well, this is what happened in Nigeria. Don't cast your mind too far. Nigeria, the first Boko Haram leader, the Nigerian military, a broad daylight, a kukumo, a picture videos at the bar, a real self and just so that they could intimidate Boko Haram followers. Now Boko Haram and say you, what are they can almost say and now the followers ran into the Zambezi forest. And then they started now launching guerrilla attacks. And then you can say, the Boko Haram in the Sahel. Then the Boko Haram in Nigeria. Nigeria has one of the strongest armies in Africa. They have not been able to conquer Boko Haram. And to me, I should be because when him, they send me BT agro edi and say, oh, he see, or my son again, you open or radicalize over. Ode so oyeponia men ne nkasa de bia fa ba bel to me so ne prono there are two things either say obey two teme and I say bedru baby na akokwa na opro na onte e bedru baby no opro na wan opro na ahwe obebo and so under our president, who we all respect, a respected, you kind of saying,
human rights
activist, a respected human rights activist who has been a lawyer all his life.
Right.
And it's happening under him. And he happens to be the president of Ghana now. He happens to be the chairman of the Security Council. He happens to be the chairman of the kind of saying,
na paka kitwa we paka mo say enra a coach on route Accra Sunyane ba Kumasi na just about 20 miles to Kumasi thereabout na coach no FEC Land Cruiser on ko ni mo but somehow no ma so highlight headlights na omo overtake a trucker then also so FEC coach no na ba se coach no enkonchen no muntimi successfully undertake or overtaking no the coach no call nchen just odru ha shoulder no so na ba bia do na okofe da wa tip over because the horn mo na emre nso atototo ne ade the coach na dwuna virtually any ofo no wura mu we ya anyo omo de na omotimi akono makwa down wo mani asan baba overtake coach no akotware kwan mu just before adwoso wankra honom na yabegina coach no driver din simra coach with 34 persons on board na eno anso mapapa driver nani so our coach nani mo no incidentally 2 senior army officers were on board and they took charge and nothing crop na twa mu present and no mucha. How could we have a situation whereby say a coach carrying 34 persons soldier for me and some multi Land Cruiser multi behave with such impunity on the highway?
Oh, bro, and so we're here for no more share on Facebook. We are saying na sometimes the new money be bad. No more say already and coming down. It could have been anybody. So coach driver, they say coach driver or no or you know coach driver. You can't say or Jimmy Pay and audition and pushing for any himself. Now more you wrong overtaking. We are wrong overtaking this year with impunity. No more crossing. No more assume because no force move to me. And so when people begin to justify impunity this way, then you ask yourself, say, coach driver, I'm sure this coach driver, you know him. And this coach driver, meaning this in the car, now already passengers, 34 passengers in the hands of this coach driver. That 34 lives, the Ekuta. Now, when you're careful, and my point is that then you ask yourself, these are senior military officers, as you are saying. If this is anything to go by, you ask yourself, where are we going to? And if this coach driver did not maneuver, and those in the bus,
now, what's the nature of their discipline to the sense that I've had the 2 senior army officers Isibaya now for mutual present passengers
exactly, because you see people they think they have power, and you see the excess use of power offer you report to a mama facing court martial if these things would happen offer first of all, wrong overtaking. And people will die. But unfortunately, of all the white Britain like me, when did you move in the street of London? And soldier walking around. It doesn't happen. You live. I live in Britain, very close to one of the bars.
I'm just a Chelsea Barras, Chelsea Barras. Yes. There's a woman soldier 40.
You will not even know that they live there. You will not know because that's a town center who stray off your camp. And Barras, that's a back room. Police would arrest you on the show. The baby say, "Oh, Pramita would be back room in uniform. Oh, you are in uniform. Oh, back room, maybe you are off. You are coming back, baby. You are baby. Then you come. But with your uniform on qualia, you need them. And she sounds so that we are multi Land Cruiser, bro. A Land Cruiser is it a military vehicle? Is it a military vehicle? And so maybe they say, you see, sometimes when some of us say that, say you use a military, no, you go many more say, you are more or more say, Nancy, I say, Nipa, Kobo, Udumasi area more. You see, I do more, and I disconnect your man for, or more, and I check it, or more muntia, or more light bill. You ask yourself, now, so the Jumana, you say, territorial integrity, no, and no, that is human way, and so the Juma who been.
Okay, finally, Doc, do I recall whether you supported the military operation or Ashama Nana?
Well, no, I didn't support it. What I said was that it needs to be investigated.
So, okay, let me read this to you. James Mensah is asking, ADAKABRI, can you recollect the position of Adam Bona on the Ashama military brutalities? If my memory serves me right, he fully supported the raid. So what has changed now?
I didn't support the raid, offer. I did not support the raid. What I said exactly was that the military, whoever sent them there, we needed to investigate it. But those who also killed the military officers must be arrested. And subsequently, the police arrested them. The who killed the military officer must be arrested. And the police subsequently arrested them. There is no way I was going to support an invasion of going to a place like Ashaman to beat people just like that. No, I didn't. What I said was that the military should not have done what they did. It has to be investigated.
Okay. Enti young fancy I say for now. Adam Bona, what goes. But now the Ghanaian Greek minister who recently had a doctorate degree from GIMPA, Brian Champon, has now enrolled on a PhD program, Security and Intelligence in the UK. Any congratulatory messages for him?
Oh, big congratulations. He's a kid, right? He's a younger brother. He's doing well. At least I used to disagree with him. Time I know what national security. I used to disagree with him, but subsequently, he's doing well, and I've always, sent him messages. He's doing well within the Greek ministry. You know, he has a military background. And Usha, in the history of Ghana, Usha or modern power in the Greek ministry. Usha Courage Kashiga is someone who had a military background. And then you can see, I think even from Achampon's time and all that, most of these people were military officers. So I am not surprised to say he's bringing a lot of innovations within the Greek ministry. And I want to congratulate him once again for enrolling to do this course, Security and Intelligence Program. Someone sent me the message, and I said, well, congratulations to, Brian.
But
Brian
to combine business, MP, minister, and a rigorous 3-year PhD program.
Like myself will tell you, but as for the brain, we have them in sizes. We are 24 hours, the whole world. China 24, Ghana 24, USA individually 24. He said you always spend all the and eventually how you can move forward. He is an astute businessman, politician, into all manner of things. And so I say, obey to me, and Brian, I think he will do well moving forward. Okay. He has a lot of energy in him as a young man. He's not too old. He has a lot of energy. So okay. I think it is good for him.
There be also a Greek minister for Ghana. Don't forget to say Frank Edubu Bijantua, Nana Jantua, and Kwame, Omo Papa, F.E. Jantua, or Nana Kwame Nkrumah, na Greek minister. And at that time, fisheries ministry, Mary Granting. Into the tenure of Mary Granting as fisheries minister and F.E. Jantua as an Greek minister, saw massive uptake in the Greek ministry. Why?
Mate offer. Mate.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Enti Adam Bona Anna Oten Neno. And Penfono so Trasi and Desmond Chumasinto is a political analyst. Saka Salia, he's an MPP gentleman. And then Sam Jerome of the NDC. Elua Festival, we're going to have a trunk. Because good word they go be do also Hong Kong Elio festival now we him
Oh, Wafa, Elio Festival, they say now almost 1 month. 1 month.
It what offer.
Oh, yeah, team.
The weekend
Makubia, but weekend dinner, manya day. Manko. Oh, say na me brother in our on our candle. Onumpo de so koko ye.
Jabo so akando.
Yeah, onumpo de so koko.
Mami nye interview ba queen.
Bodyguard kakra.
Nano and say ye ka koko asem. Ana ye frɛ ɛyɛ farmer general farmer general ɛyɛ obuade bonsu na ɛyɛ farmer general ba ye no na obuade boaten bonsu ɛna nasem mu no obɛka sɛ ɛsɛ kokobod ɛmmoa koko akuafo etisi ano no yɛma kwan na yani kokobod endili wankasa tu koko a yama kwan ma de opeso oto de kwa ama no no omra no beto mfiri ho direct na nipa no kokuyani no enya bi nfa emu akonhoma no fa expanding the farm into a can forcefully no ene yes usually come Joseph Buahini Edu chief executive of Kokobod wa direct the arrest of farmer general Nana Obuade Boatin Bunsu. Imiyan konko hwe doctor bi ase a wakwa akohye nti a yenya nche no mfa ne mre Kokobod chief executive. Farmer general yamo ha.
Yeah.
Na doctor be ase na ohye a Joseph Buahinedu yenya wo nche wo mfa yemfa nkoma anu yin.
Yo bati so tete akoko ekwan a mo mekra ase. Mo Obuade Shen village wana me wo sese.
Mati akoko ne nka.
Sabe pepe.
Na adie na asie acheze nokre se Joseph Buahinedu si ye meche umra
sabe pepe eno kan no abro ko hini ekokohia ye kokwakrafo na ya na edine se utimi etunu to ase akwa etimi abo apro na yensem keka ye kan a ye de fi se eno no awoso no ene ma no de etimi tu anamon se utu anamon akwa ahwe ye de koko growing areas na de ekokoso enokoka say yenchime na mimi incite farmers say omonto omukoko farmer private companies, which is not true. Obviously FN saying asoma mekan no enye sa na mekan no pese okanisa there also be mu no begusu gina menan so esan so eka say parliament eni manimu ya no enhwe na ye constitution no omutimi ensesa no na ga na kuafo enye ye fa ahodi yentimi nton ye koko leti kan mra ebutom ebise Kokobod na gu omo ye den Kokobod agu e ka twitwiri dia wine edu ni nkofo abode agu no enfo na ma betua ye ne e ba be adwuma no mo fa nkonko tua sa aka na anase ono na e ba be adwuma no de akwakotua dia kan ne say they've caused financial loss. What I say krobi kra eye kra sebi inyama ko tre pa aka by now no wa resign anase by now kra no parliament afre no anase select committee agree etimi afre no atoto na no say ba ne say wetimi cause financial loss. What I say aka ba anko onjira do bi ojinan na so ye say de akwakoye ye de kuya eye politics a enye ye. Farming is different from politics. In agropolitics no nkrobe brebe won ya agropolitics bi ene won moment mi asosidi wo hwe Burkina Faso a o mama farmers no mo liberty so mo nya adwuma o mo agric minister part mi bagana etimi ba be short truck drivers ene mo twetwe nkomo hwe ekwa mo faso a truck drivers no awon hi o mo kom abro mo de tomatoes ni ema na de bagana and e bi ta Ghana say anyamia no Kokobod ene Ghana kokwa akuafo o ma sitina mo de sen Senate here. I want to tell you to man for Koko everyone ma also ba be replace you rehabilitation for sanko na konako ama for yentio mkae ena ebi mu akwa na yantro mudin ena ebi twa bi num Koko ada de agu oba de na ne sakona no
edi mi yentio
edu ni nko for there of course financial loss by this time kwa na dey can say all resign and as am na say police for ni manum ya no ye chin all because the cocoa no it is the heart of the country. Okay, the Ghana's economy na any Ghana cocoa.
Ma yentie mu ye. Edie pote pa na wo kan ye a Joseph Buahinedu or complaining of.
manka bi bɔne deɛ mekae no ne sɛ yɛmfa akuafoɔ nya yɛfa ahodie na yɛtumi ntɔn yɛ kooko ɛnyɛ dɛn ɛmfa ma ankorankorɔ bɛba ɛpɛ na meka no
ɛna ɔno nso kɔgyina nyinahene no na ɔse sɛn na wate sɛ waka
ɔno nso kɔgyina nyinahene no ɔse mimi incite farmers so ɔmo ntɔn wɔn kooko ɛyɛ dɛn ɛmfa ma private people ama nka ne saa
ɛno nti yɛfrɛ ne sɛn hwan na ɛnkye wɔ
ɛno nti wɔda arrest sɛ waka sɛ yɛnkye me baabi a mewɔ biara no a policefoɔ nkɔnkɔkye me
na yɛnkyew na yɛmfa amrɛ no anaasɛ yɛnkyew nyɛ wo dɛn
ɛno na mehu no nti a yɛnso yɛde press statement ɛde aba abɔnten and the position na ɔkura koraa no ɔresign because we don't even need him to lead with the cocoa farmers at the end of the day no ɔde abakɔ nsudokondoko bi mu a yɛntumi pɛgya ɛti koraa ne ɛntumi fa nkɔ soro ɛna position no kita no ɔsan bɛ gye mu ɛnyɛ adeɛ bɛde ɛbɛyɛ yie nti animanim yɛa no ɔmfa ne position ne fa ntoɔ ɔnsan so ntumi ɛmfa political ayi fa bɛwuran yɛwɔ freedom of speech obiara bɛtumi akyerɛkyerɛ n'adwene ma ɔbɛkyerɛ w'adwene ɛwɔ mmarapan so sɛ dɛ bɛyɛ a ɛnkɔfa bibibɔne ɛyɛ dɛ ɛfa ma asɛm a mekaeɛ no nyɛ asɛm bi a ɛto Ghana mmara anaasɛ ɛtiatia koko bɔd fa ahodi nso anaasɛ biribi
na dabɛn na ɛyɛ Boahene do ɛkɔgyina nyinahene a wɔse yɛnkyɛw
that was last week
na ɛdeɛ pɔtee na wo se Boahene edu wayɛ nti a yɛma kwan ma yɛntɔn kooko direct ɛma obi ɔpɛ so ɔbɛtɔ de kɔ ama no biara
ɔnyɛ good manager yɛde whole cocoa board ahyɛ wo nsa ɛnɛ me no ka sɛ finance minister ɔno nso yɛde ɛwɔ Ghana yɛti kasɛm nyinaa hyɛ ne nsa a ɔno nso ɛde yɛakɔkɔ gu baabi a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔde gu a wɔn ato atete no ɔno nso sɛ daabi da ɔno nso ba bɛgye dex ɛwɔ cocoa board hɔ na ɔyɛ dɛn ɔmatumi ama no gyi deɛ ɛkaka so lost na ɛnyɛ abadeda deɛ ɛka no ne sɛ cocoa board ɛyɛ Boahene do ne ne nkɔɔfoɔ ɔmo ntumi ama no gyi Ghana cocoa farmers because wobɛtumi akɔgye sika na de bia bɛbɔ ka afida mobile de bia losses saa deɛ a ɛna na we are not ready to do business with you te deɛ ka no ne sɛ parliament ɛna kaa sɛ ɛmeyɛ ntɔ yɛ cocoa ana Ghana mmara ɛna sɛ meyɛ ntɔ yɛ cocoa yɛ smuggle cocoa anaasɛ yɛtumi ntɔ yɛ cocoa directly to anybody agye Ghana cocoa board nti sɛ saa deɛ a the same parliament no amend the constitution no na Ghana kwakwakwafoɔ no abira na some years back no yɛtontɔ yɛ cocoa no yɛtumi nyɛ ne saa pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛsɛ saa time no na Ghana yɛ de na hwɛ wokɔ Kumase wokɔhwɛ a dɛn wɔ Kumase ne takrade ɛne sua ne dɛkeka ka ho a ɛnyɛ mortgage ne CEO ɛyɛ cocoa sika ɛna ɛde sisi saa dan no nyinaa saa time no na ɛnyɛ cocoa board wɔda sɛ cocoa board baa sɛ wɔn ba bɛso nneɛma mu ama nneɛma akɔnka baa so sɛ CM no kasa deɛ cocoa board ayɛ pɔtɔɔ CM bi adande a sisi ti hɔ no ma no koraa no ɛyɛ for cocoa farmers no ɛyɛ for na titim even cocoa welfare no yɛ fight for so long yɛ free sɛ Boahene do abɛyi obɛtumi asesɛ nneɛma mu ama nneɛma tumi akɔ no ɔno koraa deɛ ɛnyɛ koraa deɛ ka no ne sɛ we don't need Boahene do and his people they've caused financial loss to the state animanim yɛ akora they have to call them parliament have to call them and ask them so every year your government ɛtumi raise 7 million settling ɛde ba abɔnten a how many years mu na wɔwɔ yi ɛba ne sɛ na still our cocoa is declining cocoa so 3 years na cocoa yɛ so it is 7 million 7 year yɛ wɔ mu nti yɛ cocoa no wɛ yɛ cocoa na yɛfa cocoa board is there any monitoring seedlings ɔmo de ma nkɔɔfoɔ mo monitor ɛkyɛ anaa ɛbɛ sɛ ha ne yɛ dua anaa sɛ ne yɛ dua anaa we are demanding accountability also they have to make an account 7 million na de bia no say omo ready seedlings no eche dem akuafo no ye pese e mo be dem koko dua ta koko ni na
ediesi an obeye den obekwa kope doctor bi achi ase akosha na
oh wafa doctor there even the president of the land cannot order for my arrest what I say I'm law abiding citizen of this country the president don't have any right even to tell the Ghana police go and arrest somebody no what I say and the police and the investigation, I would say you've committed a crime. A crime will come between the say and as I say, no making I go for you. But apart from that, no any individual we are living in a constitutional offense error. No, go and arrest anybody, no arrest it. And I believe, sir, the IGP, down in court for they are well trained and civilized. They will not follow a cheap political talk from people just to go and arrest people anyhow. And Masoda. And we are waiting for them. I dare one in Edu to come forward to come and arrest him. One metimidi, I mean, and then I say, what cost financial loss to the state?
Ono
to pay.
Ono bua hinedu a mechi di a wo bechi ono bua hinedu.
I dare him because Bonnie Ben am I. When I do cocoa board that sound, I mean, I talk cocoa board and share me say. It is a loss to be about. One let it here. Then I saw here. Me say I have video for the president of Ghana to watch. No share video, sir. They've not paid the people and the claim that they've paid them. People you see them say them are my farmer. Cocoa platform will be a you come cocoa be a little tracker. Yeah. Many consent from a school, you 2 and more, and they report at the court. I'm a doctor, really be a match checks. Let me check some of Wika. I have all the videos. More videos are reading dance. I'm going to say, Mose, if anything, I'm going to go, I don't know. One chumka. I'm going to die, I'm going to be a Poco Jim, and I'm going to say, Munabotre. Now, Ghana Cocono, a young idea. Now, Ghana map in another Danko Ford, or when you're at the mine. Now, for our poem, so much in your master. Come for that day, aiding and money president in and look somehow. But we have to remember to Yakoso. And it's a go for your day, and to me, I'm go on striker. Who move to the other don't go for what I said the mouth. A month for or yet don't go to Mama, or Danny, or we have sent farmers in the Western North. But thank you, Hobby, that was shower. I know what's nothing. That's what I'm saying. David, Tabaya to Yama, Coco said, dear. The bear will take a corn. I bet you make a car. And there I am, my mind. And there see a suku die. And there are Sabia, Sabita Fatcher, you crazy baby away. Well, Kaka, their mind. It's only a one of Juma. Send a man and a boy playing at the one into a room. Into one take. And all the like I said, then Mama Basso, and that's young to I buy a chicken cocoa. I buy so a catch that tour. And I said, to come here to tour for the fight of Galamsey. Let us ask the people, say, a problem of us to the fight of Galamsey. Also, what is the Gano? Oh, my family. My name is Tim. It's the key. When it at the tour, so, after the length and breadth of this country, Echo Yako Piemo Dunko, Echo Dunko, my Hinoa, and Dunko Hinoa Kasai, Eka Chesana, Yaba. Then I'm up anything, young guy, if anything, Galamsey. Remember, say anything if I say any at the bottom. Honorable Festus, what MP for Dunko. My friend, he's aware of the program about near Baba Bay. It was the DC and all, and I stopped here seeing them here. But yesterday, now, you go for it, all because what it means, some say, the ultimate challenge, I mean, Mumita, Central Regional Police Commander at that time. You call the office, Eko say, Commander. You might be able to say BBD. Then I'm not going to say that I'm saying. You that I'm saying, yeah, they say. You that I'm saying, I tend to farming. And I'm mobilizing farmers. Sorry, I'm mobilizing Utah or more involved to that I'm saying, converting a lot of them into farmers. Let me just say, and you know, one of my Messica, Cocoa body Mamitica, and I buy the Mamitica. Nobody gave us anything. We sell brooms to facilitate our programs all over. You know, Cocoa. I am being to care down for education that I did the whole documentary. Maybe call Net 2 television, maybe call. I will catch you on say, my programming into more show on TV to send a better and perform it. I'm going to say, David, there's some money to get now. I'm the best enemy as a man. Make you when I'm a call out of a question and money. That is what they told me. And I'm a time at Chibrel. But if you say, oh, my buying a was near Yard, I'm said, I'm supposed to be saying I'm a penny and I say, will be kind of also. I have sacrificed a lot for this country. It is why they should give us a break. And even why the president is even staying on the Jubilee House of Brown. I even bought a plane to paint the whole place. It's only about now some of us are working hand in hand to make sure that Ghana never find to my papa dear. We are not there to collapse Ghana. We are there to make sure that Ghana will be better off.
Now, what customer Yen Sam Rano, Nami and Ton Kuku Fama Kuku board be more. How do we get to sell your cocoa? No,
and maybe a Chamuno, never one year Thomas. Your uncle for some for Ghana. Obi ba on so person beto bro. Oba beto bro ah. Amafo ba me pese me ba beto share bata. Oba ba beto share bata wa. What that say? It is a wo ye oboni ne nya koko. Ye koko de afa nya hwe. Wow, it is a wo nya koko na wo land no wo US and as baby awo bia Switzerland baby awo bia no. Bra, eno dey wo corporate so ah. Your farm based organizations will be brave. Koko akrafo ka bomu ko zu bebre na ne wo. Omo national koko farmers nso wo. It is over. Not on Cocoa after there. You go to their secretariat and then you buy from them.
It is said the year Ghana Baire, India for Bahasi, Paki for Bahasi, Beto Ghana Baire, Ibikura Bedria Makukura will wage Hasia, Omodeko UK, any idea. Yamma Quine, Emma say or no, or your commodities dealer, I was a UK or continental Europe, so a Germany. Yamma Quamo, no amra metona direct, every Ghana Queen in Horn song.
Tapa. We say young for today be a friend about so far as ye bring mu dani ye tie fifiri edi gu fam asa koko farmer there aka sleep aka say wuti wo ba say mu say koko farmer ni what I say any koko farmer ni say rubber farmer no kwa no nemu ewonyam e say koko farmer e di ni keke na da so ye kare ni say ya for so many years after the consider koko e ba ya pump in fact so dey be na ye ya Bibi ya buy adibia no wan ye papa. Abanye bibi ya papa bia ye ema ye musa de ye papa. Pension ya papa. Scholarship ya papa. Health insurance ya papa. And anything with government bia ya papa there. Then they should give us. Yeah there. The only thing I want my Bible to me is the box that ye to go to. Abaye no go to the box site. What does it? But they can only say ye ko that the pasidi ba ye. Aye did wo kakra kan there. Omunjama ye. Yetimi ya bindi yetimi fa me hwe ma school ye mantimi ko school papa ye ndaka papa mu bi ene hwe trotwa yetitim oba be fie na ode nkro su nya ma bebe na ode abafie what I say akrafo nyaka papa po no dem ultimate to be at least onya good transport only be metro mass okreni ka so tu kwaya ko ba bia metro mass no etu ba ku se ko eno anu emma biem I did the next day. It has your credit for that. I said, station one, my dear. And then look at the report. I report. I'm down the next bus. I said, I'm going to Jacob. Now, what you want? You call yourself the CEO of this land. What you took anyhow, move up and down, stack it. No, credit, no, one on the mountain. Then I know ya. Then on ya. Hey, ya. What's that? Hey, ya, say, we are cooking. Now, what bread? We don't sweat in bread. And then interact on my penny for interact anymore. On my penny, on my penny in Tory, MPs in Tory, ministers in Tory. And at least a cocoa farmer, they must respect him for man. Why are they doing all of these things? Definitely, dear farmer, yeah, my brother, look at say, yeah, school. I said to me, 2 books, 2 justice in the account. I'm not for 200 Thomas. I'm not for still on the Buchuki Thomas. I think I said, long class, soft nose, cry, yeah, the Biabana. A very bad you catch the COVID, really did the data account. Let me tell you, and the people even pay their money, and they've not paid because they give it to their own people. And the sense carry them up, they should give us a break. We need our freedom to sell our cocoa, whether they like it or not. You can't take it from us. And the Saturday end of you, one more pass after them, and then the Saturday, we march to Parliament and tell them, say, listen. We need our freedom, and we need it today. Said I come back and say we are independent. We need it today. No, some of them are going to for your theater. You hear the near said the way I met me yesterday. They are saying because I sit down yet. Maybe I say a post on the inside.
There are more ben a bit true, sir. Cocoa, we are falling in a no beco ben chromo. Na abano who say a dom and a BB.
You go to higher education. Look, I say, I'm for no money and I'm standing in the kick up. I want you share Grafua, you know, my education, yet travel for more than almost one for so. Any so money on Sankai. A bunny said a cocoa farmer, or only name you, and that's only broken in more than you. Now, look your office. Now, who a furnace and bottle water now. Now, you come on the furnace and water. Offer you to me. Dama, it's reading. I'm on for your power, which is a way direct. Why you never should resign? The boy edu etimi nu musuo pa no milo and then you go bia pa na said ne with me resign pa dia na say kuafo say fire ho adwene
yo farmer general obuade na na obuade buatin bonsu atoso mienu yede wase ede e be chi bi asoso no me yaso nte na ye mepe be mfama why
mama chidi anya de be baso chidi omo forget say e be chi me ye chi me dia na say ye collapse Ghana cocoa na kasa nti na say omo dwene mu ye because ye na protect Ghana cocoa up to now
na why you do na shiada
why you need to Abraham ni boy me na shia mo 3 cases Abraham ni shia ba ku bi e ka ho no me kwa ko cha no say e ma me shia no me na me dey the whole report at the command minister that is what he told me physical one on one ina me say there be that another time I me shia no before class at mu e sunyane ye ko ye demonstration ho Abraham edu say cocoa farm o mo dey adan e dey ma concession say ye twa ni nyina gu fa nya galam say o the date no so no friend tell me ko e no
edu say Savior
Church of Ghana
edu say cocoa no unse bi class awo achem sechere ha say wudi wuram hodom na wode ko no hey
there what when say Chebia to me na making
was that will be wo wudru achem sechere na wa wuram e de ko abeko ase edu say abeko ase e fen say edu say wo cocoa kese kra o
the cocoa na do so baba cocoa ba ko no the global award winning cocoa farm ena ye dia ma concession say ye tani nyina ngu ye tu fam agudie the catcher boy ye do no o catcher say we should protect our bom no money show me a long term system so okay what I say e ba le say na me kimi mu go all the way from eastern region to Sunyane to demonstrate
and they say to bo ahie do wabo wato
o so why there
wabo wato o say
oh, what they say about me at all, you are not as the entry be the another, and so the Nissanipano or you nip or town on power self. But let us one need to be with me, papa, Nakoyam. So now, let me not tell ya, I can the position, and in the cocoa board, no, at the ballet, because young and then I'm somewhere, yes, the apostle, said the BIN say a cocoa, and yeah, as a cocoa, no can answer. Ko prisia huni pali na kona kwe ene cocoa e won mu ina no ye drigu ye de ye rubber enche ye be jiri de won ina egu. Wow, for Eastern region, the CLM look at a whole mile square of cocoa plantation. You can try in your yeah, boy, I want to be answered to be a vegetable, the cocoa trees in this country. But support you, baby. A son will be a Takashi in the room, not just stop cooking for phone. What you to, the touch said, you dare not take anything. Into the Bibi Nakase, and the drone, but not much idea. So, if you able to tell the way I make you cocoa because you know, cocoa, no, and then Ghana, any cocoa, and you box side me, or you'll make the cacao, and your cocoa, it is almost Emma Coco in Jinadia, with them Yagana, my papa, now the damn cocoa for some more kinds we should be citizens by now spectators. But who say, na pound for our family, they are spectators, almost share Ama Coco Nagu by idea, yeah, Shema Coco Nagu and not another.
Right. And I know what it was a pa.
It's me that's a pa.
Obuade Boatin Bonsu Otosumi no farmer general and also all agitated the cocoa farmers and Hunti and the chief executive officer of Cocoa Board. Honorable Boahin Edu as a Yenchino. We will make contact with a outfit of Cocoa Board to find out more about last week circumstance a man Joseph Boahin Edu so I can't ask him no ultimately kind. Keep listening to NIT 100.9 FM. Sam Jerome. I was going to free Elu, your friend saying, I say, hey, what Father Cabri to the whole we are saying. Good afternoon, sir, what Father Cabri. Mementi is airborne inside Kingsland, and I'm doing the listening live with Angela Kosua Kwedu Amwakon, aka Sister, inside Coventry. Peter Che Echampon, aka Master P. Alfred Sari, aka Shaggy, both inside Northampton. Augustina Mami Dufie, aka Erekua, and Emily Okofu Equia, both inside Peckham. Amanda Sewasi, the CEO of Mandy's Collection in Northampton. Emmanuel G. Star Frimpong, aka Nikaji, inside Bracknell. Prince J. Echampon, aka Master P of Romford. Nana Kwesi, aka Zico, inside Grace. Moshmani of Colchester. Felix Ousu of Milton Keynes. Janet West of Jenny's Kitchen inside Northampton. Anita Entry and Cindy Nash, both inside Manchester. Nana Ama Asiedu Sapon of Phil Afriks in Raynham. Nana Kurama and Nakoko, both inside Wolverhampton. And Nana Sly Quote, aka Sly Popo, of war thumbs to warfare. What the National Security Operative did was very bad, looking at the volatile situation in the Boko enclave. Warfare ADAKABRI, please send special condolences to Peter Che, Echampo, Master P, Obajua, Vicky, Millicent, Kwesi Poku, Beatrice, Nana, Pokuya, and the rest of the siblings and the entire family as they observe their mom's 1 week Oba Penny lead Yabuatma tomorrow in Asante Achimhwidim. Warm regards reaching out to Eric Chumesi Ankra, A.K. Crow, and James Kwajo Oting, A.K. Otega, both inside New York City, USA. Fantastic show by all standards. Wafa, keep it up. And I Master P. What they buy, yeah. It is right. Saka Salia. Yamwatrasi. And Sam Jerome of the NDC was Yamwatrasi. It is Saka AMPP and Jerome Susuye NDC. Koko Krianino na Watinino. Also, Magit, the Coco Bod and Mwawomo. In Yamakwa, Mass will be in the Frabruchri. So befa Coco ha. So beating befa by Yedico. Ubitim befa a Makudiko. Ubitim befa a Abrobedico. Yamana Quine also befa Coco de Aqua. Na on top Coco and non Franco. What is asking me, a year Coco chief executive so incited farmers against Coco Board in Yenchino. What are your thoughts?
Ofa de bid edikan menase na minchia etiefo ne ahwefo a ehwe nyina asama okaye no nefa baabi menene ya adwene na nefa baabi nso menene nyeden menene nya adwene ofa se nefa baabi a menene no enya adwene no eyese se ohwe from time immemorial eye baabi a Ghana enya yensika puduo pa efri baabi ba akopa eye kuku enunti no eye the proceeds a yenya efri koko mu no eno no eka ho anase eye biaya e Ghana escapa. So you can just imagine so almost every year we are expecting no less than $1 billion as eye syndicated eye loan, even though no eye sika ye bekwa kutua de, but we all know the benefit of eye sika no say eye den e ba then ye koko no aye den akwa kutua ene ehon keka ho ne ade. So on that score no I think say ebeye den kakra and it will affect the business of every government to be obeying obeba irrespective of the political party or also no it will affect enti no your best say if you have any other means or ways around it afan you beat me but what for on say obi nton akoko be de kwa e na ansa so say mankranse be siniti ase no na what the asase ayden what the asase akachre no anything is wutie the reasons are opinion no eden mana. These are the reasons we need to interrogate and find out say indeed say obi kasa odi kana I say mami awa won ba and I say drew baby you can kind Bible or say Nyankopon say wonu hu so bo nipa, and there was a reason why God said that say wonu hu so ye den obo nipa, because sometimes utumi ya de na the intent and purpose for which awo ya de no na age wonsem enunti enne say okokohwe eye Cocoa Board say ejina ho ya. What is the essence or the contribution of Cocoa Board in the lives of Ghana and also the farmers? A dear abrabo pa na Cocoa Board for ebo to support the economy. And now say a debo cocoa for Niwura o play any day. Because for almost 5-6 years, Niwuru, what timia bogana car? What timia bogana car? Yesi campons wa on my money na ebede. Particularly cocoa farmers. And you know, say ocean from that angle, then you ask yourself, say, what is the relevance of that parastatal? What is the relevance of it? And what is the relevance of almost 1 billion cedis a month? And more on all the benefits, you know. What is the essence of we keeping those people there? Abra omonya she enfanye den. Enfama ye inti no wofa se eye koko kriani no ekasa ekwan bebre so no oyeden odika because look uko 2017 from Cocoa Board ankasa eye omwankasa nkrata omode ba bonten omoboka 395 million Ghana cedis 395 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, it is the same cocoa board. We found in 2017, you know. Not even excess and also surpluses of cocoa we turn crampo unya almost 400 million Ghana cedis. And not a year surpluses and a year then. No. This is how much you accrued. A year for so a then. Unya poye then. Well, for going to 2028, now we boka 78.2 million Ghana cedis. 2019, waboka 320.6 million. Oko 2020, waboka 426 million. Aye 2021, po waboka 2.4 billion. Intinana ubisa ho say obi eka say cocoa board no is insignificant to the welfare of the ordinary cocoa farmer and as a Ghana pa. Nipa kono were every justification to say that. Because dia ejuma wa ye no eno na ye hwa dey ye hwa buate ena wo beto free distribution of air fertilizer whether say na enye wholesale krampo na wo beto a policy like that into a policy like that na obi anye ne ye no se wo so ba be ye ne ye a eti say free SHS obi so ye progressive ena buy now see that be progressive ni mempempe say me ye ne ye nti me ye no wholesale. What stopped you from say oh ye wholesale ediama air farmers ne say aye fertilizer no me ye ne wholesale into obi anye den obi anye bi but on the back of say oka say na yes smuggle money ade former agric minister betu nanum chuoka say still na fertilizer ne dey yes smuggle so a den for so na was mpo say oba a policy like that ubetwam internet book kokokre no atwam ebi ti say aye koko bonus kokokre ni atwa ne bonus den ema no waba eden waba be yefio oba untua bonus da oba ye cocoa roads you are suspended the construction of cocoa road was suspended intini sisia no edien pa na ebuo cocoa kweni ewo na brabo ne na sitting mo den odete ha no at the same time you are running at a loss oboboboka intino onye den intini if those people are not so open you know call for data so we see the reasons are all money there it is understandable. They make sense but I call here na cocoa board share the welfare of cocoa for cocoa construction say cocoa road enyoma bibra and nka beka che nipa kon say that be the call the person is making sebe enye den entasumu but the opposite or the reverse is the case so it makes the person justified to say that inti no for your best cocoa board na eyaban adwuma and it is for all of us. Sabeka fro omode be boss ya eye adwuma maye mo ne ho keka hu won eye engineers of cocoa board money are there from successive president enimpomu ni ho but ebedru so a umponso the san o san so fi cocoa growing area because who fi sehwi utwam wo eye amanfi central no obo awuram eye amanfi east intinka yi na ye toto aso a ye den ye do cocoa na ye toto aso anka ye do cocoa so no friend amanfi east na meka say udru bekwaya say bekwaya eye say western north unya fa ahiem anafa obetani a ukwa amanfi east ano no etinka yi na ye toto aso a ye den ye do cocoa etinka wonpo de you know the plight of the cocoa farmer unimo how ne amane a won ye den won afam wo fa ne wa hot construction of cocoa road it is a cocoa krani ne krampo konafum na okukunya ne 2 bags bi na se omochete mo ne ade a abobo ye ode begum mpo na kwan netim nti onye den no family fee on fam bi go apaso na on hata nti onye den what should the person do enne fuel ye de mixi eduro na ye de gu ye kokos ene fuel na 1 gallon hwe ba bi eduro. So what do you expect the person to do? Esuko eduro ene henebo say open nsuo no say open powder ene nsuo no po de ene na more than 600 Ghana cedis. Ene more than 600 Ghana cedis. Eye fide kafu aye de boye chi a eye bi mu kan mutu bro mu ne ade a ye mu ne ho keka ho ne wo fa ne hwe bi akwakodu volunteer boot keke krampo ene bro 1.2 million sikadada 120 Ghana cedis ebro so kweni ne tenase a na osisi we nyina the person will come at you and make certain demands and they are justified to say that They are justified to say that. Into the best say omo mpese omo te saa asem we mu a ohunu say sebeka fro ya abote sem ana say eboman na. Ye best no because I have stated say uyi eye koko ne tonani ade na udi free eye aban ensem mu ne ade a it will affect eye the governance of the day. That one nobody will dispute that. It will affect the governance of the day. Because yet Michelle Coco syndicated loan crumple at the end, at the stabilize a yen currency. Since you see can in somewhere, yes, we are transferring your Coco syndicated loan now a bar. It to me a day, it to me they stabilize a year in Yamakakra for maybe some 4 months, be 5 months. So within that period, no, it's me my home higher to 2 and near maybe more name a honke kahon. But a mom per se, some of these calls will be made. Yes, wrong. Yes, wrong. Achia emuye, echambebu nyade. Ezanze no na nidasu wom. Yes, wrong. They should make sure say they do the right thing. Na ekuafon so offer. Omo komu enye den ehin han won kakra. Because as it stands now, no, me fi koko growing area. First ne power offer incline food to me fin crying. Eba sehi, eba betoka. Because yen enka afibia no ede do ya brabo mu say koko asunti esika sema ede ekoye. Inti ye na kada dampo ye ntinem. Inti say ye wo 2022 a ana say 2023 a nkaka say 2022 ni 2022 ye ntinem. Inti ye den ye ton de ma omo mu fin kran mo ne ade ebitimi to de be ye omo private cars mo ne ehun keka. But today it is not the case. It is not the case. Na no nchese we didn't know the essence of the importance of sikane ade yo. But na a reflect wo ya brabo mu say ye dwuma ne ye breso mfaso no ye den ye tibidi anase adedi. But today na oba wofa enye Leo festival ya nananom ede ba ya ede enije ne ahosepe ba kromu a ye wure fi ye harmony ade a obeko no bia tene mantwa ye but because koko ye mu a one and so esonso a what is it?
Manu can be. Koko and so then
answer koko growing area ntimi.
Oh sir, official not growing area.
Nti so beti ase
dia. Saka.
The Zaka beti ase dia.
Yeah, mama nchie tie fu me brother Jerome.
Ya no amane so kakra man.
Yeah, na me nchie me brother me no ye.
Medas
Jerome. Mahmoud ADAKABRI from MANSO. Mama Sanchie MPP for nyina through the president and the vice president. This Sunday, by this Saturday, right, evening time like this, ne confirmation would have come out. And you know him say, or no na ye presumptive flag bearer.
No vote.
The bumpire say everything will go as planned. First of all, no, now who ye interview no. Nipa na no kasa no. Oye koko farm ampa.
Ai
e wa hifa.
Amankes area.
Afi na koko farm na
Ache.
Ache ba o je kakra na osamba bi na. Okay. All right. Because
I say the educational background there
many program na dey. Because na me nti ase o de o kan nyina na me nim de o pese o nkyere. Because ye mama say ene mre a cocoa farmer will be talking the way he was talking. It's as if say he's a stranger, Alice in Wonderland. Mama, because enche and the president announced the producer price of cocoa. 50 years. This is the best time. This is the first time in 50 years. Cocoa, the price of cocoa beans, yet me raise cocoa price by 63%. Unheard of. And you say we knew open a year politics and I came by surprise and by accident. It was methodically thought through and negotiated for at the world level by the president Neo Mua Mukakao, especially the Minister of Agri, Cocoa Board, chief executives, and then all the other players. And this was confirmed by cocoa farmers, jubilating all over the place. Thunderous welcome and jubilation. And then you hear one or two person be per se on derogating all that gains. Because look, he did not even highlight or admit to the fact, say, there has been an astronomical increase in the cocoa price, the producer price. He has not admitted, say, in 50 years, this is the highest so far. He has not also admitted, say, Ghana, the cocoa we a season, we have forwarded it to a nim manaba abachire for at least 1 month. Unim na cocoa a season started from October. But as a caring government, sometimes we be politics now we are now propaganda. No. The kwenu wa hayeka obia onim cocoa and now cocoa juma bia nim say cocoa season starts in October. And then yes, so academic seasons for SSS, even tertiary, most of the time, it started September. 80 by September, no cocoa season and start here. It means say a wolf and the parents, they find it very difficult to get money. And because of another Danko Akufo-Addo and the MPP government are omudo a cocoa for no. Almost see my entry no. So that September by the time was no be school no, they would have the cocoa season would have started. Yeah, now by that time no yeah, sika no multimedia almost school fees. Even though say because of free SHS no amuko no mun school fees no. Were other responsibilities. Like sometimes the omudima nkodano ne the say o koda go school I say we do all these things. It take a enunko ka one on ka the okano. Apart from that, why na beti make say cocoa price increase to such an extreme? Because look, if we were buying cocoa a ton for 20,000 for less than 20,000, it was 12,800. And it's a it has moved to 20,943. Now, my brother, can say again, Obano, na cocoa, na mass spray. No, see, free fertilizer. Free fertilizer, let me tell you, free fertilizer, almost no aka. They be because NDC their propaganda no more. Say free fertilizer, ukowa, unye free fertilizer. It's here bano, and you see, that be, I did way because I had didn't anuka say free ninti. Omuka free and now omode chichema omu NDC constituency ni regional chairman anyway. No omode koboki na ni other places. What we are going to do is say, young can say free. At least you the best subsidize 50% subsidy. And yeah. 50% subsidy in the cocoa no your friend say the fertilizer no your ton your friend say 800. You the best 400. And no nobody will come and take it and go and sell somewhere. Under the NDC, not the BI it had become the feature of the NDC. Say Debiano, NDC chairman B, and all the cocoa, either Togo, and Cote d'Ivoire, and baby. Yes, I know. Stop smuggling. and then cocoa farmers also anya the opportunity to have the cocoa. So what I say. Apart from that, only say Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, we contribute about 70% of cocoa production in the world. And in West Africa, still we decided, say, just like OPEC, countries are producing more than 1 million barrel per day. OPEC. They determine the world price of gold. Your friend said oil. Yes, doing when I say Dabi, or must see Ache. As a country, as the two most powerful countries when it comes to cocoa production. Wait, none of the Bayo. Yes, say Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, Yentenas. Now, yes, Yentimi, Emma, the world, and contributed to the price of the world cocoa. We sat down with the cocoa production countries, and yes, see. You have to do something about it, and it resulted in what we called the LID, the living income LID, living income differential. So that living income differential, every ton of cocoa biano, a bonus of 1,000 Ghana cedis, and that accumulated in the cocoa prices. The prices are now So it has to take bold and visionary leader to come out with such policy. Every ton biano, cocoa farmer 1,000 Ghana cedis. Swelling shoot diseases. Say cocoa farms, and especially the older cocoa where we decided say we're going to plug all the say all the cocoa farms now. It was our diseases, the swelling shoot diseases, and in the 5-year cycle, and now within the 5-year cycle, the output of cocoa price, cocoa, echo down. But as we are speaking, sa cocoa we na say na fufuro na no afe na enyi beko akọ harvest, and you will see the outcome benye e wo kroma. So this is a visionary leader we are talking about. You say be stop cocoa roast. Who told you that? Yeah, stop cocoa roast. Yeah, what we were doing was when NDC were at the time they were doing all manner of corruption with the cocoa roast. All manner of corruption using the cocoa roast. We set a forensic audit.
And Yetimia
to audit
the report.
The report no nyambaye. But even Christ and nyambaye the roads stop it because it was just the first year and because of the audit But as we are speaking it is going on. Untimi nkase untimi nkoji cocoa roast. Unim said sa sikana okana syndicated loan ko bobusia na it was meant to do what? To ensure say we buy the cocoa beans without syndicated loan. Then utam sa sikana de NDC party functionaries say omunkoye rules even without say number one na contracts was not done properly through the procurement process Secondly, nipa no kra anya strategy ma nipa no 90% of sikano. Third, na sikano so ma over inflate sikano. Any government where we sort we want to do audit, forensic audit, so that we can verify exactly what the problem is. And as we are speaking,
and as yet munyanya any wrongdoing, yeah.
Oh well, I mean there are so many wrongdoing, but because I any official, I'm saying is when it comes to the cocoa sector, not there. Say ma NDC phone kabi. Ma NDC phone kabi kra and nipa na who interview ma on kabi because he is not speaking like a cocoa farmer. Because all cocoa farmers wave their salt The see as I'm speaking omu nyina fananado to say omu God because of nyema o yema cocoa farmers and it is so strange that at this propitious moment in our history as a country, you will still hear some people still talk as if say the NPP did not do well when it comes to the cocoa farmers have taken the MPP as omu nyankopon.
Okay.
Just because of Numa Ayeye Mo Mono. It let nobody again come using the name of cocoa farmer now or your politics. It created wrong impression.
Okay, my yenti whether he shares in with your thoughts.
I can never share in his thoughts. Me wo oko Ghana web. Ko Ghana web enche bebre. Date near 2023 ya. Tuesday 6 October 2020. Oshe Assemblea that was say audit report on cocoa rules not meant for the public. Cocoa board. What kind of story now? I say the public affairs manager of the Ghana Cocoa Board says the audit report on cocoa rules was originally not meant for the public and that the decision to publish would depend on the government. According to Fifi Boafo, the essence of the report was to understand the issues surrounding the management of cocoa roots. Intinitio. Wo Kasano, what you said, and then say, the reason for a cocoa board auditor or moye no, was say, now omuhun say corruption, day, but one, okaya, also according to Fifi Boafo, the essence of the report was to understand the issues surrounding the management of cocoa rules. Otwasa, also his response comes after John Dramani Mahama, the NDC flag bearer, demanded the publication of the aforementioned audit report. And in one, say if say proud to even 2020, Oma ye jai construction of a cocoa roads under the guise say corrupt deals and practices via the akoso. And in ye auditing of all contracts awarded. Now who nim say under in construction no. Say if say Oma a contractor jai a juma mpo na say orezi IPC interim payment certificate mpo edeba na for a certain number of days untia it attract a penalty. And also Oma a contractor machine sit idle without say any juma, it also counts what at a cost. One, as a government, even if say o suspected corruption, you make the contract go on. You do even reduce further ABA the contract sampa ubetimi ayesa. Here's the case audit nanka sampo no. One, also intimi publish it because it is not meant for the public, but it was meant for who? It's Ghana for Fifi Boafo. And I said for Buan Hinedu. It's Ghana for you. To say audit report. Yehu misdoings be a day. And our wrongdoings be a day. Also the public does not deserve to know. Jam yeni MPP ne no mo edi agro no. We know you MPP. So if said there was any wrongdoing in there now, you would have brought it out. But I'm challenging you, there was nothing in there. Look at him say enjoy cocoa root. Jamaunti Kuma. NHE. You forgotten. Just NHE. Just NHE. Cocoa rose construction have been told say omunyai. Inti me. Obama. Omajai. Omajai. And then in the year there's no cocoa root. Me so Omajai for some time I'll say
and about papers must say
if I'm saying say Enra. I saw Akachu be say you a young guy of yesterday. It doesn't mean Enra.
You don't mean what you are saying.
It doesn't mean Enra. But what I'm saying in they say they have told them to stop.
Enra.
No problem. Wafa cocoa roads yayeden yejai atwo inti me oba me region. Now ko baby to say eye inche. And as I win constituency, uko baby to say a lobo money are there. Construction of cocoa roads yayeden yejai. Oba baby to say eye Bia East. Now ofa adabo krum kwanya yayeden yejai. Uko baby to say Bia West. na wo fa no eye Osekojo wrote ya den ye jai de bi so rose aye ya den ye jai say for all road construction oko ahi onabu ahi constituency afen udu ahibenso e de kokko bo e de wakrum ya den ye jai ahibenso de ba bo di krum ankasa so ya den ye jai. There is no construction aye den ekoso inti no ye besre apower chow inti na meka say yes wo see ase ye koko for you don't understand us, you don't know what we are going through. Inti the ban issue be to say share nata you can speak to it better because you understand it and you are with the people. Inti no ban the issues of cocoa any or how ye from Wasaka mesro. Of course, the nations resource and a Japadi I can't say. So but the nitty gritty and kasa what we go through you don't know and you don't understand. One, you were talking about LID, living income differentials. Well, for anyawa ho sample say can living income differentials. Because one, you know say in the year 2000, unim say President Akufo-Addo the international price of cocoa. I wasn't Odima cocoa for one farmer. What they gave cocoa farmer 2020, what they gave the cocoa farmer was the LID, living income differential. So you ask yourself, say, cocoa price in Ankasa na ya 2 on the international market. How much did you buy it? And then President Akufo-Addo be catch and say, "Yenna nyamia simpo say one then one teso." Yenna nyamia se nana simpo say yanye day say yante so. And if you understand the sentiment, Akoko will have to deal with. And you are saying, say, for the past 50 years, you are telling me for the past 50 years, Matu Koko must 5 million. And I'm a boy. What's the matter? Say increment in a buy, no. Most matter 5 million. 500 cedis. Maybe. So it is the highest. No, so it's the highest.
It's close to 70%.
Please, I'm talking about the money.
The money.
It's 800.
No, 800. You say 1,300.
No,
1,000. Please.
1,200.
1,000.
You say a year 20,900.
No, carton. 64 bags. Or carton. Oh, carton. 1 ton. Please. Nyabo 3.
I mean cartons.
Cocoa crane no on fat ton ye. See me on fat ton. Calculation in bags. Calculation need them in 16 bags.
Yes.
But don't worry, 60 by any problem. I say I'm telling you, say in terms of value, you know, what the 500 cities and now they account. But don't forget to say, for a very long time, the same thing I can say, what 500 no. For a period over 50 years, what international market cocoa and new a bois a was said that.
Yes.
Do you understand? A new boy was to say that. Yes, on the international price of money to cocoa no.
Oh no.
Oh please.
Oh
please, Saka. So what I say. Now, Saka, you ask yourself, say, I buy a nedu baby no, and the interesting aspect are a ye Dennis Abuaji when you about me boni diaka or say you could quick your phone and see dying. They were making the calculation say and they Ubisa say a ton of onion rolls, say over 7,500. That's the new cook your phone and see dying. No behind the dying, so the person doesn't feel it. And a roofing sheet, saying. So also per common one star and pass, star and a boy saying. Man, how whom pose compare a losing mpo and a bibisa star. Numpon Kobisa say, no boys and 1 pack. No bonnet saying, send a day at here. Common news. And then I make catch a Wellington boot and 120 Ghana cedis. Kokobisa say confidor. Kumakate, akate master. And money the way I make no Saka won't share any because you are not into the industry. And no to how the cocoa industry.
Are you into the industry more?
Oh, more than you, Mr. Yeah, you go quick careful.
Do you really know? Do you really know
quick
cocoa?
careful. Yeah, you go quick careful.
Oh, how many acres of cocoa do you have?
Who was saying how many acres? Who 50,000 acres?
Who are he?
There who 50,000 acres.
Don't come and sit there and tell me say.
There who 50,000 acres.
Me cocoa.
There who 50,000 acres. Yati Saka 50,000 acres. Yati asiye. Inti nka who 50,000 acres. Nka wona woti hempo. Enanka the sentiment, the difficulty, the challenges. Eye cocoa for form no. You should have been the one. We ye den. Usuma won. Oka. Eye omo how. E de chere aban. But you wouldn't be the one to say and umuhu somewhere then. Thank God. Saka.
Man, you see the word thank God.
Also umuhu MPP for some munyame.
Because of a boy.
Until so who some munyame no. Aname boa.
Yeah.
Entin coming.
Yeah, because of Nema ye more.
Saka. You see.
Saka.
Niye Saka. Udi agora. One share obisi from na kokwa for then agada wo. Na the omo be power abo no. The omo power. Say, let me say he's saying as he say all is well. As he say all is well with kokwa.
All is not well.
What is well?
What is not well?
What what is well?
What is well is that number one, I told you, say, yeah, pushy the cocoa season.
Why not? Cocoa season, what pushy from which month to which month?
October to September.
How much then? And I'm no kasi. And I make no kasi. Me kasi for. And I kasi. What now can pono on the international market? On the international market, companies have even refused to give money. Companies have even refused to give money.
It's a lie.
Make us say it's a lie. Today, do you know what they are doing? Today, they are resorting to the local.
No, we decide which market.
Which market? What market Bernal? What market Bernal?
Market
Bernal decided.
Yeah, decided.
Market Bernal decided. Please.
Cocoa away. Let me tell you. When I will see free cocoa growing areas, and basic things are unim about cocoa. Even the cocoa season, unim.
Cocoa season, you too.
Yeah, major and minor. Yes.
Major and minor. Your light crop season.
Oh yeah.
Major and minor.
Light crop season.
Major and minor.
Light crop season.
What's unim cocoa?
You will be a bigger beans, and the prices different from yeah, as a government, if you see me now, Cote d'Ivoire, cocoa prices change within a year, it change twice because say when you say smaller ones, smaller beans, the price is smaller. The beans when the bigger season no buy. Now you talk where you know. We have a different price. It is other season so bad. Then they change the price again. But Ghana had no yet decided that be but funding in album so that a whole year no you be who say, oh, this is the price for cocoa. It is a bois farmers, and that is the reason why and now no all the cocoa are they don't grow cocoa, but they started exporting cocoa because Ghanaians and the cocoa. But because of prices now, nobody is sending anything to Cote d'Ivoire and Togo. Cameroon, all of them are studying the model of Ghana. And it is the farmer, the Ghanaian cocoa farmer, and are benefiting from all these things that we are talking about.
Okay, a quick comment.
Come and sit here and create the impression. The MPP is not the MPP, no government in history. No government in history has held the cocoa farmer more than the Nana Dodonko.
Okay, a quick comment. National Security Ministry and National Security Secretariat appear to have adverse media wave.
What's the National Security Ministry?
Any National Security Secretariat as a normal be a coso, FA or a Domo Upper East region. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, media, because this is a national security matter. And what I will say in this matter, no say, first of all, I don't even see any problem with what is happening. National security operatives some of them have been deployed for a certain operation, and by mistake, any youth of those areas, and I don't know what they were thinking, whether they thought these were perpetrators of heinous crime, and now the Bonibi taking into consideration the volatile nature of the place. So sometimes you can understand, but young fans say a mistake on the part of the youth of Garu, but let's not create the impression as if say those security operatives went there wrongly, and anybody worth a soul would have known. Say those people no take Oshe or Mu Nyama Muye or no. They did not go there to cause mayhem. Oman ko say omu koye yaka bi ana omu aye ade bia based on that and omu come to that conclusion say nkofo we no say yen ku omu ana ya ade bi e for omu be di bone bi. No, nothing like of that nature. It should be there until say the youth will come out to apologize to the national security operatives. I don't see why there should be a problem between the secretariat and the ministry. Because sometimes these things happen. ABA ministry no deploy or more. ABA the secretariat deploy those guys undercover something.
Na buna ye kobo community members. No, you know what I'm
saying. Community members. Community member Ben Omubo. No, me to be honest with you, the meet will read you. No.
The national the informer, national security warns criminals.
Yes. Warns, yes.
The new crusading guard. Garu attack. Security personnel seize arms. Nap perpetrators. Vow to safeguard Ghana's peace.
And so what? Where is that? Where is it? Say,
community members.
People is not saying say on Yabu.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. People know because I was thinking said they will read no. Who better did baby say Yabu?
Oh, sir.
Dabi. Give me the evidence.
Yamu here.
Dabi.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. So they are the people no in the war no.
Oh,
there for back on kind. No, who said they all can hear. Nobody was beaten.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, they only arrested them.
Military brutality in Garu. This doesn't look like counter-terrorism operation. Rather, an act to brutalize the people.
To brutalize.
You need Abuni.
Saka wow back.
Okay, yes. So the evidence, but say somebody was brutally beaten. Okay, well, I mean, but like I said, I made the share the SC honor. The people who were rather in danger, no, was not the civilians, no. Was rather the soldier for no. The soldiers were rather their lives were rather in danger.
Soldiers by
the national security operatives. Their lives were rather in danger. And the people were shooting.
And taking refuge. Police.
Yes.
And after being extracted from the police station, you know.
Around 2 a.m.
Different people went and did that.
Which different people?
No, I'm saying. Is that the same people who went and did that, or different people in retaliation of
security for the call? You know, actually, na soldier for a couple.
Yes. It's security for no couple. That's the point I'm making.
Soldier for them.
No. Tio, and national security operatives, no, and a couple. You see, the impression has been
created. The national security operatives, they are made of who.
The impression has been created as you say the national security operative went and was brutalizing people. That led to the youth also revenging on those brutalities. But that is not the case. It is, if anything, it is a military force now almost revenge on the brutal attack on the national security operatives.
Look. And count down. Count down. Also contractor. Also contractor. Any and count down into so contractor na energy.
Your time will come.
Your time will come. What's in energy? But what I'm saying is say,
your time will come. Your time, no, time be so. Time be so. Mama Lande.
Charitable to you. What the land? Mama can't roll.
Oh, Mama Kasa. What do you mean? Tranquility me thought. It I'm saying say, the AC no unfortunate. The youth of Garu, Omu, and Mr. National Security Operatives, no, as maybe some bandits. Later on, no, they realized they were not the people are thinking, no. And that is the reason why one would have expected say they will come out and apologize.
Okay. The youth should come out and apologize.
Yeah, they should do so.
All right. You are saying say the youth should come out and apologize. Abra military men I was say omono provide a security for the state and the people. I call move fear ahomache to beat them. Ebi ma towrem adwane yabubu bie prepare ebi mo da hospital. Wo ya chokora na wo. Ya chokora na wo. Da bi ya chokora na wo. Onwe kora mu
final comment na wo ye no.
Onwe kora.
Ya ka koko we no say.
Wo asema. Se garu ye. Se garu ye ufi. E ho ufi. E ho na obusa pejin fi.
Ofi garu.
Wo na ufi. Wo ho na.
Ofi garu.
Oh no, what for so now instead of say Saka be kebiama won no Saka mum say omo nsan so nye dey enwe wi omu kotodwa anim ensan so mepa chew ensan mepa chew in first person say president na ne empa ne chew because he say president no ye chairman of the National Security Council, so president kwa ne mepa na chew in this instance. Meanwhile ya bonkofo ne nkwa me brother waswese o de ne nkwa na ekwa akoto chacha de amon man no waswese o de ne nkwa akoto chacha e de amai. Hey Shaka, who was shooting?
They were being attacked.
Who shot who? Who shot who?
You come here to
who shot who?
The youth were
who shot who and who beat who?
AK-47s.
AK-47. Omo AK-47. Omo AK-47.
You don't know.
Omo AK-47. Cheme paper na omo kwa AK-47. You paper now no kwa AK-47. You paper now. Enyo fota. I say omo ko ya bu omo wi no mo sanso ko pacho. Nti no wey Saka I'm saying no.
And you know but this is a no crane because national security we now mo chase no omo chase omo say omo dia na omo ye dia na omo ye national security we ma
omo family
omo dia omo nipa
it will final comment
omo nipa
it is Saka final comment
say yanku omo na omo free just because we NDC a penny panty it yanku national security
okay all right yam fasida emphasize Sam Jerome of the NDC and Yamfasida Emma Saka Salia of the MPP. Na you do. Jawasep. Inti Monday, October 30, 2023. Inti Sabri we see yes sorry to know. Wulakoku Michael and Abraham Way and DJ Foreigner and Omodi Ebekufi. Now Omodi Ebeko jo.